And the 1975 League Football Grand Final about to get underway with South Fremantle meeting West Perth. And the South Fremantle captain, Brian Sikatosto, has won the toss. And South Fremantle are kicking with the wind to the Perth end, the left-hand goal in the first quarter. The umpire in charge of the game is Ross Capes, and we're just waiting for the band to leave the field. There are no changes in the published side of either South Fremantle or West Perth, and a very large crowd here at Subiaco Oval, somewhere between 45,000 and 50,000. The biggest grand final crowd that I've seen in the last 3 or 4 years. And it's going to be interesting to see who of these two sides can begin the best, with South Fremantle having the initial advantage, kicking with the wind in the first quarter. And umpire Ross Capes handling the grand final, his third final round match in this year's series. Now we're about to get a start of the match here. In the ruck for South Fremantle is Carson, and for West Perth, Dempsey. And in they go, and the first is won by Dwyer, and Winnan gets the first kick of the grand final. Up the centre half forward, McKay can't take the mark. And doubling back onto it, McKay knocks over his teammate. Magro's in there burrowing in for the ball, can't get it. This is Wilson for West Perth with control of the ball in the pack. Michael in there for South Fremantle, but Capes has blown the whistle and he'll bounce it down at centre half forward for West Perth. There's a knockout by McKay, but straight to Sheridan. Sikatosto's got it for South Fremantle. Out wide, and it's West Perth there. Smith had a chance. Let Sheridan go through. Sheridan is tackled high by Dwyer. He gives away the free kick and a 15-metre penalty. A free kick to Sheridan, and he'll be about 45 metres out from goal, with a possibility here of bringing up the first score of the match. Shane Sheridan kicking to the concrete grandstand end. Oh, there's the lead offering from Hillier, who's led well down from the wing. And West Perth in possession. Another 15-metre penalty here against the South Fremantle defence. Haddo giving away the 15 metres, which puts Hillier within about 25 metres of goal in that left full forward pocket, and he should bring up a score from that position. It'll be a good start by West Perth if he can kick a goal. He's kicked it into the man on the mark. Wilson's missed the bounce. This is Sikatosto with the ball now. Goes for the high one towards the outer side. Day is over there and couldn't take the mark. Day keeps the ball in play. Left full forward pocket, trying to set it up for Hillier. Hillier's about 45 metres from goal. Ball coming one over towards the square. And West Perth couldn't go through with the ball there. It's a free kick to South Fremantle against Norm Nell for holding the ball, and Lauritsen to take the free kick. Lauritsen swings to the grandstand side. He's looking for Cooper, who's playing on the wing today against Logan. Cooper kicks towards the centre wing position. Rioli and Hendricks. Hendricks has missed it. This is Campbell coming through with pace and dash, and he gets the free kick from umpire Capes for a push in the back. Campbell, who is up near the wing position, will put this up towards full forward. Ray Bauskas comes out. He's bought by Jeff Taylor. Ball pushed away by Halley. Picked up by Jeff Taylor. Taylor back up towards the wing. A chance for Halley. Oh, Campbell goes straight through him, and Edwards punches him. Here's Campbell taking a shot from 55 metres, but that's out on the full. Out on the full in the left full forward pocket for O'Dwyer to take the free kick, and here's Fred Castledine.
Well, thanks, George, and the game's opening at tremendous pace. South's kicking with about a 2 or 3 goal breeze, and West Perth settling into play very quickly.
That's Sheridan with the mark, still in the back pocket for West Perth. No score on the board, and there's Hendricks taking the mark on the half-back flank. Hendricks kicking towards the centre wing position. Dempsey takes the mark. Veteran of over 300 league games. Sheridan's handball goes on to Logan. Logan trying to find an opening up towards centre half forward. Barrett's under the ball. A great mark by Adamson. The West Perth centre half forward has taken a beauty, but he's about 65 metres from the goals. And he won't make the distance, I don't think. It's a good torpedo punt right up into the square. Nell's down there. The mark dropped by Lauritsen. West Perth can't get a shot in. South Fremantle defenders battling grimly down there. This is Smith going for the ball, but he's bumped over the line by Magro, who's run down from the centre to contest the ball in the West Perth forward area, and a boundary throw in. Still no score after 3.5 minutes of play. Nell goes up, and with him was Michael. Coming through now is Sikatosto. Boots it up towards the wing position, and Carson takes the mark in front of Bill Dempsey. Slow start by South Fremantle, who are kicking with the wind up onto the wing. Rioli and Hendricks. Halley. Hendricks took the ball from him. Socket on by Edwards, but straight to McGuinness. McGuinness right down the wing. Magro coming to meet the ball for South Fremantle. Well and truly cornered there. Dempsey now knocks it down to Logan, a bit slow. Cooper gets in front of him. Cooper now up towards the centre of the ground. Eddie Bauskas going in for South Fremantle. He's got a bit of a break here up towards full forward, but a shocking kick. O'Dwyer's missed it. Jeff Taylor there and Ray Bauskas. Danger for West Perth. Ray Bauskas, he's kicked the goal. A brilliant bit of play by the South Fremantle full forward. He completely outplayed the West Perth defender, Taylor, and South Fremantle a 1 goal leading West Perth yet to score.
Yes, good play on behalf of Ray Bauskas. Maybe a little lucky with the bounce of the ball because initially he was behind the West Perth defender, but he was favoured by the bounce. He handled it nicely and he kicked a clever left foot goal. West Perth settling into their game fairly quickly. A lot of pressure on by both sides, but West Perth taking the initial advantage, pushing the ball up deep into their forward line. But then South's coming back strongly and a good deal of fire in the game already.
Coming back to umpire Capes, he's going to play with a replacement ball now because the one that was kicked into the crowd by Ray Bauskas has not come back, and that is likely to happen quite a bit today as eager spectators will want to souvenir as many mementos of this match as possible. Dempsey and Carson. Carson and Dempsey, a pretty even duel. Cooper kicks it up to centre half forward over the head of McGuinness and Campbell. It's missed by Taylor. This is O'Dwyer. With him is Morris Rioli. Rioli's about 35 metres out. Campbell's there and Edwards. Edwards gets it out now. Chance for Dwyer. But West Perth defenders going in hard and Capes to bounce it about 30 metres out from the South Fremantle goals. Halley going up with Edwards. Halley's knock. This is a chance for Rioli, hooking it up towards full forward. All West Perth and Sheridan's got the mark and plays on, and a boundary throw in the left full forward pocket for South Fremantle. The wind is blowing straight down the ground, worth about 2 to 3 goals to the team kicking with it. Halley up in the ruck and Edwards. Down to Sheridan. And another boundary throw in. South Fremantle still in the forward pocket. Roving to South Fremantle, Edwards and Halley. Comes to Sikatosto from Halley's knock up into the pocket. Ray Bauskas is under the ball. Taylor had it. And gets the ball wide now to Prunster. Playing on the half-back flank. He's well down from that position. Puts it up towards Hillier. Fraser's missed it. An opportunity for Watling. Watling to Hillier. Hillier's been prominent on the outer side of the ground already and puts it up to Dempsey, who takes the mark on the scoreboard. Wing over to Winnan. Good run-on play by West Perth. The Winnan's kick is not good. Barrett goes up to spoil. Dempsey knocks the ball wide of the pack. An opportunity for Winnan. Winnan with a probing kick up towards full forward. Lauritz and Michael from behind knocks it down, and Haddo can clear for South Fremantle with a long one up towards the centre line. Hendricks backs his judgment. Good play by the youngster. He left Rioli behind, puts it up towards the forward pocket to Watling. Watling's about 55 metres from goal, across the face of goal, all West Perth, and Nell has taken the mark right in front and 25 metres out. South Fremantle, 1 goal, lead West Perth yet to score, but Norm Nell will register a score from this kick. Usually pretty reliable. It's a good drop punt. It's close. It's a goal to Nell, and the score's a level. West Perth a goal, South Fremantle a goal.
Well, that was a result of very good attacking, aggressive play by the young player in Hendricks, playing on a half-back flank for West Perth. He attacked the ball with a great deal of confidence. He handled it nicely on the second bite, and he kicked truly to Watling, who'd been lurking, the dangerous Watling. He'd been lurking deep on a half-forward flank. He, in turn, directed the ball cleverly to the centre of the ground. He put Nell into the scoring position, and Nell, he did the rest with a fine kick.
The South Fremantle defenders looked a bit tentative when that ball was passed to Nell. This is Eddie Bauskas going for the ball in the middle. He's under plenty of pressure. And an opportunity still for Fraser now of South Fremantle. Up towards the half-forward line, Rioli and Hendricks. Sebastian Rioli. Now it's McGuinness and Campbell. And the umpire's whistle has gone. A free kick to McGuinness for interference on the right half-back flank. Campbell went rather crudely for that ball with his boot. McGuinness kicks high up the wing. Adamson's in the pack, and from the side, Carson. Play on, says the umpire. McKay knocks it down. And a good bump by Morris Rioli, but Dempsey comes in and plays the ball well to Hendricks, gives it to Fong. Fong out wide, looks for Smith, and that's out on the full. It'll be a free kick back into play to South Fremantle. No player in the vicinity, and Carson will have to come back and take the kick. South Fremantle 1 goal, West Perth 1 goal after just over 8 minutes of play. Not a good kick by Carson. Fraser's missed it. In goes Hillier.
Good play.
Hillier right up towards the half-forward flank position. Wilson's come out, but punched away by Lauritsen. West Perth in attack and doing it well into this fairly light southwesterly. which is favouring South by a couple of goals. Nell wins the knock, but it goes to Haddo. And South get it out of defence up towards the centre. Cooper in front of Logan. And Logan gets the free kick for being held without the ball by Cooper. Logan quickly on up towards full forward. Adamson's down there. So is Michael. Comes down towards Smith and Haddo. He lets it go for Rioli. Back to Haddo. And Haddo puts it down the grandstand wing. Sebastian Rioli and Hendricks. And Sebastian Rioli was into the back of Hendricks, who gets the free kick. Much shorter player, Sebastian Rioli. Will have to employ these sort of tactics during the game. And there's Logan taking the mark. Scores level. 1 goal each. Dempsey's got the ball. Dempsey kicks to the half-forward line. Fong lets it go. It's knocked away by Lauritsen from Wilson for another boundary throw-in. West Perth are doing it well into this light wind, Fred.
Yes, they are. They seem to have an edge. They're winning the race to the ball generally.
Carson's knocked, but it goes to Fong. He gets it to Watling. Watling across the half-forward line. There's Adamson leading out in front of McKay. Good play by West Perth and plenty of pace by Adamson. He's 65 metres from goal. He'll kick it deep, right up towards the square. Good kick. Michael down there. And the whistle has gone. It's a free kick to West Perth, right in front of goals. Player got pushed in the back, and it's Barry Day to take a shot from right in front. And West Perth will hit the lead. He couldn't possibly miss from here. He's only about 8 metres out. And it's a goal from Barry Day. Takes West Perth up to 2 goals, leading South Fremantle 1 goal.
Yes, West Perth capitalising on an infringement by the South Fremantle defence. But generally they're winning the race to the ball, West Perth, and their small men, in particular Watling, he's starting to get into the play. Hillier's been a good player for them on one wing. But Watling has started to present that danger that he can present, his ability to move across the ground and create. And he was the player then in turn forced the ball across to Adamson.
West Perth now with a good start on the board. 2 goals to South Fremantle's 1. Carson's knock goes to Smith. Smith right up towards centre half forward. It's wide open up there. A lace on for the ball between Sheridan and Barrett. Sheridan in the front spot for West Perth. Good tackle by Barrett. Holding the ball, says the umpire, and Barrett gets the free kick. South Fremantle are going to attack. Their kicking has not been the best in the first 10 or 11 minutes of this game. This is a good one from Barrett to the half-forward line. Knocked away by Prunster. Fraser's missed the bounce. Hillier comes through for West Perth. A deep kick to the forward pocket. Lauritsen coming out. Watling couldn't take the mark, and it's a boundary throw-in over on the outer side. West Perth fairly deep in attack. Nell will contest the hit out for West Perth against Carson. Nell's knock beautifully done to Fong to Hillier. Hillier birding on that wing right up towards the square. Michael's down there. Oh, and from the side, South Fremantle have taken the mark. And it's McKay who's finished up with the ball in the full-back position. McKay right up the grandstand side. A beautiful long kick. Logan and Magro. Magro takes the mark. Logan looked a certainty to take the mark, but didn't go for it at the last moment. Bad infringement there by West Perth coming over the line. It was Hendricks, and Magro will get the benefit of a 15-metre penalty. West Perth are 2 goals straight. South Fremantle are 1 goal straight. Magro looking for an opening, and he finds Haddo, who's led well down from the flank. But South Fremantle are playing stop-start football here.
Yes, Campbell's the player that they've got to get through, George. They've got to be going long and direct through the centre half forward.
And Fong in front of Campbell couldn't take the mark. Watling's got it on to McGuinness. Tackled by Rioli. Gets the kick up towards the wing. Campbell went in there and bumped the West Perth player over. He's given away the free kick, and it's going to be a relayed free kick with Hendricks to take the kick on the right centre wing position. Campbell is going in solidly at centre half forward, but so far he's played the man more than he's played the ball, which is not good. Hendricks puts it up to the half forward line. McKay can't take the one-handed. Wyer's got it to Morris Rioli. Comes back to McKay. McKay up to the half forward line. Campbell and McGuinness. Edwards. Subi Rioli got in his way. Edwards, it blazes away. It's up in the air towards full forward. Taylor getting under it, battling with Zicatosto. And now it's Prunster for West Perth. And again they get out of trouble. Down the outer side, Halley takes the mark. On to Hillier. He's beating Fraser in the early part of the game. Hillier to the half-forward line where Wilson has come well up to contest the ball with Barrett there. And the whistle has gone for a South Fremantle free kick for a push in the back.
West Perth a shade faster at this stage. They appear to have a little bit more zip in their legs and their movements generally.
This is Lewington with the free kick, puts it up down the scoreboard wing, looking for Carson. Halley's there. At the back, Hillier. Now Halley's got the ball. And West Perth get out of trouble again through Prunster, up into the centre. Knocked down nicely by South Fremantle with Cooper. Cooper up to the half-forward line. The half-forwards aren't there. Dempsey coming through, backing his judgment beautifully. Hendricks supporting, back to Dempsey. And he gets right away from Sebastian Rioli. Into the centre, all West Perth, and it's Fong. Fong up to the half-forward line. Mackay has missed it. Logan on to Winnan. And Winnan trying to set himself up. Gives the ball over to Watling. 35 metres out from goal. And Watling goes pop straight through the centre. And West Perth's third goal is on the board. 3 goals for South Fremantle, 1 goal after 15 minutes of play.
Well, what a classic example of team football. First from one player to another, backing up continually. They're going down in droves, and players attacking the ball at every occasion, getting the ball out to a player in a better position. They used handball intelligently and then left for the clever Watling to score their third goal. Good football up against the breeze. I feel it's a 2 or 3 goal breeze, and West Perth have done it well to kick 3 against it.
South Fremantle half forward seem to be completely out of it. Sebastian Rioli's been shifted to the outer side now. Hendricks is going across to mark him. This is West Perth out of the middle through Sheridan. Now Carson's got the chance. Carson up from the half-forward line. Rioli and Hendricks. Wire. Eddie Bauskas at centre half-forward. A long one by Bauskas. It's a good kick. Could bounce through. It has. It's a goal to South Fremantle. Good long kick by Eddie Bauskas, and that's one of the few times that South could run through positively forward to the centre. And South Fremantle at 2 goals to West Perth 3 goals.
This was a very handy reply, and Souths need more of the play because they haven't had their share of it to this stage, and they've got to kick goals with this breeze. West Perth are doing it very well up against the breeze. Souths at this stage haven't been able to get their handball going, and they've made no use of their half-forward line at all. They're not as direct as they should be, and Campbell, who should be the focal point of their attack, really hasn't been in the play.
Back with Capes. West Perth 6 points in front. And it's Halley and Carson. Carson getting slightly the better. Comes down to Magro. Still Magro. Well blanketed by Sheridan. Magro again. Free kick to Magro. Tackle around the neck, and he buckles to Halley. And umpire Capes will have to sort it out. David and Goliath. Halley, much bigger man, gives away 15 metres, which will bring Magro forward to the centre. And that was a no decision. Neither player won that battle except that Magro gets a slight advantage with a bit of ground. 15 metres, kicks to half forward, and Watling marks in front of Carson. West Perth go forward again up to centre half forward. Mackay and Adamson, Lewington, Magro. The umpire's paid the mark, and the ball will have to come back to Adamson. Adamson to take the kick at centre half forward. He didn't hold it for very long, but long enough according to umpire Capes. And Adamson realising now that it's his kick. Just outside centre half forward. This is danger for South Fremantle because they've been tentative down in the full-back area. Lauritsen goes high and takes a beauty. That's a good one by Lauritsen. The first bit of really confident play by him in that full-back position. He's playing on Wilson. Kicks to the outer side. Eddie Bauskas over there, and Adamson. Now it's Hillier. Again, the long one up the full forward. Nell is there, and the mark is taken by Lauritsen, but the umpire is going to take it off South Fremantle and pay the free kick to Nell for a push in the back. So Norm Nell will have a shot from 25 metres out. Let's hope that the umpire is consistent in paying these infringements in the full forward area, because these are absolutely vital. Norm Nell has already kicked 1 goal. Good kick by him, that's his second. West Perth are 4 goals, South Fremantle are 2 goals.
Yes, West Perth capitalising on infringements as Cape sees it in defence. I didn't think it was there myself. Player Michael flying for the ball and Nell forward with his body as both players contested. However, that's how Capes has seen the play, and it's a costly one for South Fremantle. West Perth 4 straight goals up against about a 2 or 3 goal breezes. Good play on their part.
Yes, 12 points in front. Still Carson on the ball, rucking against Halley. Sikatosto roving for South Fremantle. West Perth burrowing in hard. Eddie Bauskas trying to get it out for South Fremantle, and Capes to bounce it again. 18-minute mark, first quarter. Carson's knocked nicely done to Eddie Bauskas. Up to the half-forward line. Rioli and Hendricks. Good fly by Hendricks. Missed by Campbell. Taken by McGuinness. Out wide towards Hillier. Hilliard's got right away from his man. He can play it over to Winnan. Gets around Morris Rioli. Kicks up towards centre half forward, all South Fremantle, and the mark is taken by Carson. Carson kicks a 50-metre one towards Campbell and McGuinness. Campbell can't hold the ball. Hendricks gets it back now to McGuinness. Good bump over. Play on. South shovel it out towards Campbell. But he's beaten by Prunster. And Dwyer knocks him over. Hilliard and Sebastian Rioli gets a push in the back from an over-anxious O'Dwyer. It's a free kick to Sebastian Rioli about 50 metres from goal. Players of both sides making errors. South are making more errors, however, than West Perth in defence. This free kick presents Rioli with a fairly difficult shot because it's going to need to be a good kick to get the distance even. 50 to 55 metres. And not a bad kick, but it's dropping short. It suits West Perth. Missed by Dempsey. Edwards has got it. Play on, says the umpire. O'Dwyer's in there, burrowing in, and Capes will now bounce it. Edwards to go up in the ruck against Dempsey. Comes back towards O'Dwyer. Ray Bouskus chasing, but O'Dwyer clears very cleverly with that low kick up towards Winnan. The boundary thrown at right half forward for South Fremantle.
Yes, I can see some shortcomings in the South Fremantle forward line with the Rovers not getting down there to the foot of the pack. The ball coming off hands, but no player there to accept.
Campbell going for the knock. He knocks it to Watling. Up towards Halley in the centre of the ground. Smith has missed it. Magro. And Magro goes for the long row. It's Haddo right up to full forward. Jeff Taylor and Ray Bouskus. And a free kick to Ray Bouskus for a push in the back. So umpire Capes is apparently going to be consistent. A fairly similar incident there to the one with Norm Nell up at the opposite end, which looked a dubious free kick. That one was a little bit technical too, but at least it's consistent by umpire Capes. And Bouskus is about 15 or 20 metres out. Important for Bouskus to convert this opportunity at the 20-minute mark. Good kick, no mistake. And South Fremantle move up to 3 goals, trailing West Perth who are 4 goals.
Yes, Ray Bouskus' second goal, and South's having some difficulty down in their forward line. They're not using the ball like they should be. They're certainly not going down the centre of the ground and bringing Campbell into the attack. Now, the other thing that disappoints me with their players, when the ball is coming off hands, they just don't appear to have the speedy players at the moment that are at the foot of the pack and accepting these chances that are coming off the contested packs.
Back with Capes. West Perth 4 goals straight. South Fremantle 3 goals straight. South Fremantle have the wind. Carson against Halley. Carson's knock. Sikatosto's missed it. Through comes Cooper now. He's been shifted to the outer side. Onto Hilliard, up to full forward. Edwards is down there, can't hold it. Jeff Taylor for West Perth, grabbed by Ray Bouskus and play on. And now it's Prunster for West Perth, and that's a boundary throw in the left full forward pocket. Dempsey to go in the air against Edwards. Good leap by Edwards to win the knock. Morris Rioli right up towards the square. Ray Bouskus down there and Jeff Taylor. Ray Bouskus nearly a good one, but play on and another boundary throw in. 22-minute mark of the first quarter. A large crowd fairly silent at the moment. Dempsey wins the knock against Edwards down to Fong. That's another boundary throw in.
I noticed Ray Bouskus, when he contests the ball, he's committing his body right up against Taylor, so he appears to me to do better if he was leaping for the ball.
Edwards beats Dempsey for the knock, but goes straight to Taylor, onto Hendricks. Up to the half-back line. Halley's in the pack, and Carson from behind spoils well down to Eddie Bouskus, holding the ball. Yes, a free kick to Halley, a good tackle. Onto Prunster. Prunster kicks across the centre. Watling's got the break out there. Cooper's giving chase, but it's futile. And Watling puts it up to the half-forward line. Lauritson's come well up from full back. They're taken by Barrett for South Fremantle. Barrett gets the ball on now to McKay. On to Magro. Magro up across the centre to Sikatosto. They've got the break now. Ray Bouskus leading. Look at the pass, but just a bit wide. And now Taylor plays safety first tactics for a boundary throw in. And Taylor was a bit unlucky. He didn't try very hard to keep that in play. It was penalised in an earlier final round match, Fred.
Yes, it was, George. He mostly did a little more subtly then.
Edwards has pushed Dempsey in the back for a free kick to the West Perth veteran. Kicks it up to the scoreboard wing. Magro goes too early over Winnan. Winnan recovers beautifully here. He leads Dwyer in the race and puts it to the half-forward line, but well read by Barrett, coming down in front of Sheridan. Barrett to the half-forward line. Campbell and McGuinness. Campbell claiming the mark. Play on, says the umpire. He's a bit unlucky not to get that. This is O'Dwyer. Out to the grandstand side. Watling and Haddo. Oh, Eddie Bauskas knocks him over. Haddo. Oh, he's bundled over by O'Dwyer. Crunster's got it. And now a chance for Fraser. Fraser on the grandstand wing. Up to the half-forward line, but straight to Logan. Bauskas having a box on with Fong, but it's play on. Logan kicks it in towards Winnan. Magro tackles high. Play on, says the umpire, now holding the ball. And Dwyer finishes up with a free kick. 4 goals to West Perth, 3 goals to South Fremantle. Short one on to Magro.
The game certainly coming to life.
South in trouble because they're kicking with the wind. The ground has been closed. There are more than 50,000 spectators. That's the official reckoning from the officials. This is Morris Rioli from 40 metres. Good kick, close, not close enough, only a point. And that's the first point of the match. South Fremantle 3-1, trail West Perth 4 goals.
It was good play by Morris Rioli. He fed the dummy beautifully and he steadied, but he was just lacking in that accuracy, which is so necessary. And Souths definitely need more opportunities. They haven't created enough. Starting to warm to their task now with players going in for the ball with a lot more zest and starting to use the ball more intelligently.
Jeff Taylor. He's played strongly at full-back against Ray Bauskas. Kicks it to the grandstand side. He's looking for Dempsey opposed to Carson. And this is Prunster for West Perth. And Eddie Bauskas pushes him in the back. A free kick to Prunster. Kicks towards the half-forward line. Watling and Haddo. Logan running onto the ball very nicely indeed. Effective football by Logan. Up into the forward pocket for a throw-in. South Fremantle will have to defend now. Carson makes his way down to contest the ruck duel with Nell. Norm Nell got the hand of that. Adamson missed it, but Fong's got it. Fong up to full forward. Could be a touch ball. Michael knocks it back. Sikatosto spoiled Carson. Adamson, oh, he was tackled high, and that's a free kick to Adamson on the right half forward flank, just inside it, about 55 metres from goal. A few players feeling their heads down there in the West Perth forward area. A lot of clashes, physical clashes. Adamson's kick up the full forward. Lauritson's missed the mark. Sheridan, good snap by Sheridan, but just at the wrong side of the goalpost for a point. West Perth at 4-1, South Fremantle at 3-1. Goal the difference. Lauritson to kick off. Straight down the middle, looking for Carson. Hillier. West Perth go forward again to Smith. Smith from 55 metres, a powerful, fairly powerful kick. Michael's down there, Lauritson. Lauritson takes the mark. Well, no, Michael has been paid the mark. I thought Lauritson finished up with a better grip on that. Bad kick. He's kicked it straight to Wilson. Or is it Watling? It's Watling right in front of goal. A terrible kick by Stephen Michael. And it's virtually presented Watling and West Perth with a goal. They lead by 6 points. A bad mistake by the South Fremantle defender. West Perth kicking into the light southwesterly. Watling's kick, pretty good. It's a goal. Yes, and West Perth go up to 5-1, leading South Fremantle 3-1.
It's a costly error of judgment by Stephen Michael, putting the ball onto his boot in a fairly lackadaisical sort of a manner, and as a result it came off the side and presented West Perth with a golden opportunity. And Watling's not a player to let opportunities like that go by. That's Alan Watling's second goal, and he's had some influence on West Perth's performance of 5-1 in this first quarter.
Neller's kicked 2, Watling 2, Day 1, and for South Fremantle, Ray Bauskas 2, Eddie Bauskas 1. Carson and Dempsey. Carson got the tips of his fingers to that, and Magro takes it through the pack. Good play by Magro. Right up over centre half forward. O'Dwyer. And West Perth come out of defence again, but not a good kick by O'Dwyer. Watling's got no hope of intercepting the ball, and a boundary throw in on the left half forward flank for South Fremantle. A lot of miskicking in the match so far. I don't know why. The conditions are almost perfect. Halley and Edwards. Edwards getting the fist to it. Smith and Rioli. Another boundary throw. Still Edwards and Halley. The two biggest men on the field. And this is Sheridan. Sheridan high over the centre. Wilson and Lewington. Oh, good mark. Not paid. And the free kick has been sorted out by umpire Capes to Dwyer. No, to Lewington for around the neck. Lewington playing on the half-back flank. Goes down the middle of the ground with a 50-metre kick. Over Carson's head. Knocked away by Smith. Morris Rioli. Right up to full forward. Ray Bauskas and Taylor. Clever play by Taylor. And West Perth have got the ball where they want it. Out of bounds in South's left full forward pocket. We're well and truly into the time-on period. About 4.5 minutes. Very close to quarter time. Edwards and Halley. Edwards got the best of it. Campbell can't do anything with the ball in the pack. But he's got the free kick. He was held without the ball. And he gets the free kick about 20 metres out. So this is a vital free kick. This one could put South Fremantle back within 6 points if he can find the opening. But he's played poorly in the centre half forward position, as has Sebastian Rioli. No, it's swung away too sharply, and it's only a point. South Fremantle 3-2, Trial West Perth 5-1.
Yes, South's got big problems, George, in their forward area in general. I don't think that that Ray Bauskas is playing with the enthusiasm that's necessary to win this grand final, and generally across their half-forward line they're having big difficulties.
Well, they're getting beaten, aren't they, Sebastian Rowley and Campbell?
Yes, I'd say so.
Taylor's kick towards the members' grandstand. Campbell's in the pack with Dwyer. He's spoilt Dwyer. This is Eddie Bauskas. Carson's missed it. Prunster's got the ball for West Perth. Still Prunster. Dempsey now. He clashes with Dwyer, and it's going to be thrown in. 6 minutes of time on gone. Carson and Dempsey. Carson, beautiful tap to Sikatosto, who's been quiet. Up towards Campbell. Through comes Halley, and the siren sounds for quarter time with the scoreboard West Perth 5-1, leading South Fremantle 3-2. The second quarter about to get underway. West Perth holding a handy break. They lead by 11 points, 5-1 to 3-2. The goal kickers for West Perth, Nell 2, Watling 2, Day 1. And for South Fremantle, Ray Bauskas 2, Eddie Bauskas 1. The ground has been closed and there are more than 50,000 people. The record is 51,385. So it'll be interesting to see whether the record has been broken. It'll be very close to it if, in fact, it has not been broken. Beautiful conditions for football, fine and bright with a light southwesterly wind, which West Perth will have the use of in this quarter. And here's Winnan breaking away from the centre, right up towards full forward. Michael down there and Nell. Michael has missed it, so did Barrett. But Barrett recovers fairly well now, over onto that outer pocket. Hugs the boundary, the kick. Fraser's over there, can't get it. Smith beats him to it. Gets it on towards Logan. And that's going to be thrown in the right full forward pocket for West Perth, but still some 50 metres around from the goals. South will be called on to defend grimly in this quarter and also attack if they want to stay within striking distance of West Perth. Michael coming through in the ruck for South Fremantle. Not effective, that handball. West Perth get it to Watling, onto Hillier. On the half-forward line, kick well blanketed by Cooper. This is Barrett. In the back, says the umpire, and a free kick to the South Fremantle defender. It's Lewington and not Barrett. I continually confuse those two. Lewington puts it out to the member stand side and Cooper takes the mark. Cooper's kicked it straight to his teammate. This is Barrett now. South Fremantle making a lot of errors. Here's West Perth let in through Wilson. Winnan in the back from Haddo, and it's Winnan's free kick on the left half forward flank. Mel Winnan, a good 65 metres from goal. Kicks the high one towards full forward. Adamson's down there and Nell. Punched away by McKay. Through comes Eddie Bauskas, but Sheridan takes the ball off him. Haddo under a lot of pressure. Chance for Hillier. Sikatosto now, but the ball beats him across the line. And this is not the Sikatosto that we've seen earlier in the season. He looks a little bit below 100% fit. An influenza attack he had during the week, or last week, and at the weekend, taken a bit out of him. This is Nell. Smith got rid of that very quickly. Wilson
good mark.
Paid the mark by umpire Capes, about 45 metres out from goal and right in front. Good mark by Wilson. He's yet to kick a goal, but this time he should make the distance with no trouble at all. The southwesterly behind him, and it's up to the line, knocked away by McKay. Not a strong kick by Wilson, but McKay puts the ball up towards the half-back line. Eddie Bauskas takes the beauty over the top of Logan. Short one on towards Fraser, who's been well and truly beaten on the wing. Fraser towards Eddie Bauskas. Bauskas up to the half-forward line. There's nobody home for South Fremantle. Bill Dempsey's got an hour here to get rid of the ball. Crunster. South Fremantle falling down very badly on the half-forward line. Eddie Bauskas lifting his game appreciably now. He's been a star of the two previous final round appearances by South Fremantle. Bauskas kicks it over the centre. Carson sets himself and takes the mark. Carson quickly on towards Fraser. Fraser on towards Magro. Winnan's got him tagged. Magro too far out to score, too much pressure. Good try by Magro. Oh, it's a good kick, but down there is Halley to take the mark for West Perth. Halley right down the centre, straight to Carson. Carson's 15 metres forward the centre of Sikatosto. Sikatosto up towards full forward, but Smith takes the mark, and that's not good football by South Fremantle. This is Hillier, after him is Morris Rioli. Adamson kicks towards centre half forward. Barrett's down on the ground. Robertson, he's jumped into the tackle. Bad football. Day shovels it out. Chance for Wilson at centre half forward. Barrett's with him now. Lewington back to Barrett. And Barrett gets it out short to Eddie Bauskas, who's come really good in the opening minutes of the second quarter. On to Fraser. Fraser the short one to Carson. Back to Fraser. Oh, bad mistake by Fraser. Carson set him up perfectly. Winnan's got the ball. And the short one on to Wilson. Wilson just over near the scoreboard wing. Bad football by South Fremantle. They're making a lot of errors.
Yes, they certainly are. They can't get their game going at all under a lot of pressure, and they're fumbling badly.
Day has got it. Day on to Smith, who gets into the open, and Smith is about 45 to 50 metres from goal. Don't know about the pressure, Fred. Fraser wasn't under any pressure when he dropped the handball from Carson. Got a chance here for Smith to kick a goal and put West Perth further in front. They lead by 11 points at the moment. It's a good-looking kick. He seldom makes a mistake. That's a goal. West Perth are 6-1-37. South Fremantle are 3-2-20.
Just Stephen Smith's first goal, and he's certainly one of the danger players to South Fremantle. West Perth are really taking all before them. They've got their game going nicely. They're backing up well. This is the type of game that has won them so many games throughout the year. They play solid football as a team. They back up and run on. They chase, and of course they've got those players that create. Souths have played exactly the same type of game, but they've had difficulty today in getting this established.
Sheridan gets it in the centre. Sikatosto goes down. Now Cooper's got the ball. And he takes on Logan. That's got to be a free kick, holding the man, and it's Cooper's kick on the left wing. Well, Logan spoils him. And this time Cates will bounce it. South are making too many mistakes. Carson's not. West Perth knock it out, but down it comes to Rioli. Up to the half-forward line. Eddie Bauskas has missed it. And it's Logan who finishes up with the ball to Sheridan. Sheridan right up to the half-forward line. Watling's running over there. Out comes Wilson. Takes the ball nicely. Good play by Wilson. Kicks it into full forward. Barrett and Fong, and a good mark by Barrett. 6-1 West Perth, 3-2 South Fremantle. Barrett to the half-back flank. Oh, terrific football by West Perth. Sheridan. Sheridan on the right half-forward flank. Kicks across towards centre half-forward to Logan. Fraser giving him a tremendous amount of latitude. On that occasion, Logan puts it right up to full forward. Nell's down there, and McKay knocks it away. comes to Digitised. Gets away from Watling, but Fong is there now after Digitised spills the ball, and the umpire is calling for a throw-in. West Perth deep in attack here. Michael to go up against Nell. And Michael punches it straight over the boundary. Nell knocks it down beautifully to Watling. Watling's about 40 metres from goal. Good kick by Watling, that's a goal. That was a good knock out of the ruck by Nell. And West Perth are 7-1, 43 leading South Fremantle 3-2-20.
Well, a magnificent goal by Alan Watling, and once again displaying a perfect example of what skill in football is all about. He dropped the ball beautifully, angled it across his foot onto his left boot, and he's kicked a great goal for them. West Perth were bogging down a little bit in their forward line, and this has set them going once again. 3 goals to Alan Watling, and he's been a fine player for them.
Well, West Perth in front by 23 points at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter, so the task is well and truly in front of South Fremantle. West Perth kicking with the aid of the light wind, which is worth a couple of goals to decide kicking with it. So West Perth could be well in front by half-time unless there's a South Fremantle fight back. And South Fremantle haven't inspired much confidence that they can do that. Carson's knock. Morris Rioli's missed it. Winnan sends West Perth deep into attack. Lauritsen comes out with Wilson. Wilson spoils, comes to Adamson. Back to Sheridan. Sheridan on to Wilson. 35 metres from goal. It could be another one to West Perth. It's close. Only a point. That was lucky for South Fremantle. West Perth are 7-2 and South Fremantle are 3-2. Lauritsen the short one to Lewington. Grandstand side. Lewington the short one to Carson on the half-back flank. Over it goes now to Dwyer. To Cooper. Cooper kicks up to the half-forward line. Campbell comes across, but Magro goes through. Gets past McGuinness. But coming across is Hendricks to keep Magro off the ball. The boundary thrown in the right full forward pocket for South Fremantle.
It appeared that Digitised having a run on the wing.
Edwards in the ruck and Halley. Edwards knock goes straight to O'Dwyer. Chance for Sebastian Rioli, who's done nothing so far. Ray Bauskas and Taylor. Good punch away by Taylor. Halley's got it. And they get it out now to McGuinness. Up into the centre, Dempsey. Carson was too late to spoil. Dempsey with the ball, just about 10 metres backward to the centre line. Out wide to Logan. West Perth are running on beautifully now. Logan up to the half-forward line. There goes Wilson providing the lead. It's brought Lauritsen right up the field. Play on here. Lauritsen appeared to get a trip, but the umpires played advantage there. And it's Lauritsen on the centre line, booting it up to Digitised. Digitised, the long one towards Ray Bauskas and Taylor. Oh, and he's interfered with a South Fremantle player, and it's a free kick to Ray Bauskas. It's not a mark, it's a free kick for a thump in the back of the head after the ball had been thumped away by Taylor in the first instance. And it's Ray Bauskas in the right full forward pocket to take the shot. About 35 metres from goal. He can kick his third if he can find the target, but it's a fairly difficult kick from there. South Fremantle desperately need a goal. They need several. Crowd hushed as he takes the shot. Not a good kick at all. And scrapes in for just the point. South Fremantle 3-3, West Perth 7-2. And South Fremantle are nowhere near the confident side that they've been throughout most of the season.
No, they're certainly not, and they're in all sorts of strife. West Perth have taken the game right up to them, and they've played really well, West Perth. Their ability to play as a side has been a perfect example they've given us today.
This was Fong in the pocket to Winnan. Winnan is playing brilliantly in the centre, boots it right up the wing. Logan is there with Rioli. This is Rioli. Short one to Magro. Magro kicks towards centre half forward. Not a good kick. Straight to Dempsey. Southman not kicking positively at all. Dempsey kicks to the half forward line. Barrett and Sheridan. Haddo. Barrett. Stuck back into trouble there. Cooper. Up to the half forward line. Hendricks has missed it. Rioli. But O'Dwyer comes across, guarding the defensive area very well indeed for West Perth. And it's a throw in on the right half forward flank for South Fremantle. Carson to do battle with Dempsey. Carson knocking it on to Campbell. Well, it's holding the ball, I think. Play on, says the umpire. O'Dwyer. West Perth are too good at the moment. Adamson and McKay. Cooper. Wrong-footed Hillier. Cooper boots it up towards the full forward line. Halley. Sport nicely, but taken by McGuinness. McGuinness into the centre. Day is led well up. Gets the ball over to Logan. Day draws Rioli, gives the ball to Winnan. And the Winnan short one to Nell. And Michael was too late to spoil. It was a good pass by Winnan. Norm Nell about 55 metres from the goals. Michael being put back on the correct mark. Still about 55 metres the distance. Norm Nell here with an important kick once more. It's a good one by Nell, but it's off the target. Good long kick. A point only. West Perth 7-3. South Fremantle 3-3. It's a 12-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yes, West Perth doing it right, just about in all positions of the ground, and players getting across, plenty of pace in the legs, getting the ball out quickly. Their handball is intelligent, and they've been using the ball with real intelligence. Their kicking has been a delight to watch. South, on the other hand, the game that has won them so many games, one of getting the ball out at the first opportunity, that's non-existent at the moment. There's too many players trying to beat an opponent before they get the ball on.
Lauritsen up to the half-back flank. Eddie Bauskas in front, outmarks Smith. West Perth lead by 4 goals. Bauskas kicking into the wind there. The ball pulling up. Dempsey in front, and Carson can't spoil him. Umpire Capes has paid the mark to Dempsey. Just a bit down from the grandstand wing. Magro claims he played off. He probably has. Gets the ball over to Winnan. Magro's giving Winnan too much latitude. Gets the ball over to Logan. I don't know who's playing on Logan. Logan's having a birthday, but there's no one on him. He puts the ball right up to full forward. Lauritsen drops back, and it's bounced through for a point. West Perth are 7-4, South Fremantle 3-3. Who's playing on Logan, Fred?
Well, Brian Sikatosta was there for a while, and Fraser went down into the forward line. It appears to me that Fraser's playing on the ball.
Now, Morris Rioli is playing on Logan, but he's just leaving him go. Bauskas is spoiled by Hillier. Missed by Lewington. This is Barrett. Goes to Watling, taps it back to Hillier. Pushed through by Fraser, goes to Watling. Watling up to Smith. He's 25 metres out. And it's another goal to West Perth from the boot of Stephen Smith. He makes no mistake. It's 8-4 West Perth, leading South Fremantle 3-3.
Well, once again, Alan Watling, he was the instigator of proceedings on their half-forward line. He was the player that could see Smith lurking deep in the pocket. He forced the ball out to him. Smith balked beautifully and steadied. It was a fine kick by Stephen Smith under a fair bit of pressure, but he put the ball down onto his foot correctly, and he's kicked a great goal for them. Stephen Smith's second goal, and West Perth going on their merry way.
This is a big lead, Fred, 31 points.
Very big lead, George, yes. Souths will have a lot of difficulty getting back into the game.
Carson to Eddie Bauskas up to the half-forward line, which has been non-existent. There's Hendricks bumping Rioli out of the way. Taken now by Prunster, gets the ball back to O'Dwyer. And O'Dwyer out wide now towards Smith, out on the wing. He knocks it on cleverly to Adamson. Things starting to really work for West Perth. And kicked away by Lewington to McKay. McKay, a high one up towards centre half forward. Campbell and McGuinness. Campbell can't get the ball at all. It's a good punch away by him up towards Ray Bauskas and Taylor. Oh, Dwyer shooting back into an open goal. Has he popped it through? I don't think he has. A point only. Nothing will work for South Fremantle. They're 3-4, trailing West Perth 8-4. 5 goals the difference. Jeff Taylor to kick off. Out of side, he goes for the short one towards O'Dwyer, and it comes off. O'Dwyer's playing magnificently in the back pocket. Gets the ball up towards Logan and Rioli for a boundary throw-in. Halfway through the quarter, 15 minutes gone. Edward Dempsey. Edwards. Campbell's too slow to take advantage of that hand pass. This is Prunster. Watling comes up from the half-forward line. West Perth going in with a great determination to win the ball. This is Morris Rioli. Campbell. And there's a box on at centre half-forward for South Fremantle in front of the play. Nobody bothering about it. The boundary umpire's running on deep into the field, but He's got to come back to his position now as the game goes on, and Carson knocks it up to the pocket. But McGuinness is there. He's beaten Campbell pointless in the game so far. This is Cooper. Gets away from Halley, puts it up towards full forward. Ray Bauskas and Taylor. Taylor likes those. Hillier gets bumped over by Cooper. Cooper pushes it through to Fraser. Too much pressure on South Fremantle. Goes to Ray Bauskas. This could be something. A good snap. That's a... Ooh, it's close. It's a goal. It's just scraped in. Well, he's one player that at least is doing something in the forward line, but all of the other forwards are being outpointed. South 4-4, trailing West Perth 8-4.
Yes, Ray Bauskas' third goal, and good play by Cooper. He was the player that got things going for them. And to my way of thinking, George, I think Cooper should go into the centre of the ground. He's been a good player for Souths, Cooper, in these final series in the centre of the ground. He certainly gave them some drive then. He showed great determination and courage to move the ball down. And this is what they've really been lacking, Souths, the dash. And Cooper's got the dash.
Carson and Halley. Halley's knock comes down to Eddie Bauskas up to the half-forward line. Sebastian Rioli and Hendricks. Fraser pumps it away towards the pocket. Ray Bauskas, no, in front of him O'Dwyer. The mark is paid. Yes, umpire Copes has paid the mark. Sikatosto was on his way into an open goal, but the umpire ruling that O'Dwyer held it for long enough. Kicks it right down the wing. Carson against Halley, but the ball drops short. Halley finishes with the crumbs. On now to Prunster. Sheridan it was. McKay has dropped the mark. This is Fong. Grabbed by McKay without the ball. And it's Fong to take the free kick. Left half forward flank. Fong puts it up to the pocket. Good lead by Nell, but sport by Lauritsen. This is Adamson. Adamson, a deep handball to Sheridan. Beautifully done. Sheridan from 25 metres. Another goal to West Perth. No, he's just missed it. Well, he had it well and truly set up there. Mistake by Sheridan. West Perth 8-5. Lead South Fremantle 4-4.
Yes, a golden opportunity to kick another one for them. They've been doing it in really good style. It was good play by Adamson. Presented the hand pass beautifully to Sheridan.
Lauritsen coming up onto the grandstand side, but he's very tentative down there about where to kick it because he's not very confident in his players upfield. Eddie Bauskas, a good leap. Carson gets the ball out wide to Magro. Shovels it on to Cooper. Cooper, the short one to Fraser. Fraser up towards the half-forward line. Sikatosto's under the ball and knocks Campbell's there now. With him is O'Dwyer. Campbell onto Ray Bauskas. 20 metres out. Well, they just can't do anything right, really. They've made a tremendous number of errors in both defence and in the forward area. South of 4-5, trailing West Perth 8-5. And that was one of the few positive things that Campbell has done so far in the match, that hand pass to Ray Bauskas. You can't win grand finals making mistakes like that, Fred.
No, Souths have made a great number of mistakes.
There's Maurice Rioli. He'll have a shot from 55 metres. No, he tried to pass it to Ray Bauskas. Taylor missed the mark. Chance now for South Fremantle Dwyer, but he's off the target. It's a point only. That could quite easily have been a goal. Also, a bad miss by Dwyer. It's 4-6 South Fremantle, trailing West Perth 8-5. That's Taylor to take the kick in. Sikatosto is playing on the half-forward flank at the moment. Rioli's playing up in the forward pocket. Sebastian Rioli. Magro has missed the ball. Eddie Bauskas has got it through to Magro. Prunster about to tackle him. And it's going to be thrown in. South Fremantle. No, it's a free kick to South Fremantle. That must have been a push over there or something that I didn't see. And it's a free kick to Magro. 55 metres from goal. It's a good long kick by Magro. And West Perth trying to come through. Rioli put the tackle on the West Perth player, but it's play on. And down there is Dempsey, who claims the mark, and he gets the mark. Dempsey to take the clearing kick for West Perth. South fighting back, but not playing very effectively. But they've had the ball in their forward area for a little while now. Dempsey kicks to the half-back line, and Halley comes through to take the uncontested mark, which is not good from South Fremantle's point of view. Ellie, a long kick over the centre. It's a beauty up towards Adamson and Mackay. Good mark. Mackay could get his fist nowhere near that. Adamson kicks wide towards Watling. He got away from Haddo. Here's another short one onto Smith, who gets into the open. Smith on the half-forward flank. West Perth forwards moving around nicely. There's the pass back to Watling. South are just not picking up their men. Watling blazes away into the pocket to Logan, who's come down from the wing. Morris Rioli has given him 50 metres there, and Logan will have a shot from 35 metres out. Logan, his 10th kick, and in a scoring position. Good kick, across the face of goal, however. Mark is claimed and paid by umpire Capes, I think, to Nell. Play on, says the umpire now, and that's going to be a boundary throw. No, I think he's going to pay another free kick to Nell around the neck. No, he's going to bounce it. Nell, Sheridan, Mackay, not 10 metres. Oh, and the ball has been kicked through by West Perth. What's happening here? No, it's going to be a free kick to Mackay, or a mark.
Yes, I think he's going to play the mark, George.
Yeah. Mackay played on rather quickly. I think he felt it wasn't 10 metres, but the umpire, I think, blew the whistle. I think that's why Mackay is getting the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, well, he certainly should have. Cape's taking a little while to get the whistle to his mouth, and the result to be known to Mackay.
Back line at the 22-minute mark, and a good mark by Fong over the top of Barrett. West Perth with a commanding lead of 23 points. Fong looks for the short one towards Smith. Smith is 50 metres out. Good strong kick back, but off the target for a point. West Perth 8-6, South Fremantle 4-6.
So I think South's to have any real chance have got to score 2 goals and keep West Perth at this score of 8-6 to have a real chance in the second half.
Lauritsen. Grandstand side, he's looking for Carson. Helly's with him. Cooper. Fraser. Rioli's led down out of the game, but now he drops back to take the pass. Sebastian Rioli kicks up towards the pocket. O'Dwyer and Ray Bauskas. Sikatosto's misjudged the bounce. Ray Bauskas battling for it, and so is O'Dwyer, who pushes the ball over the boundary, and Capes calls for the throw in. This is Campbell going for the knock. Knocks it to Edwards. Dempsey finishes with the ball. Picks it up down the wing. Hillier sets himself. Cooper takes it away from him. The umpire's paid the mark. Well,
fair dinkum joke.
Well, that wasn't a mark because the ball bounced straight out of his hands and Cooper took it off him. So it should have been play on. Magro with him as Watling. That should be a push in the back. No, and Magro gets it up the wing, where Halley takes a very good mark in front of Cooper. That's a mark. Over to Winnan. Winnan to Logan. Logan is just a loose man over on that outer side. Rioli's got no idea of how to play on the wing. Mackay and Adamson. And still Mackay. Kicks it high down the outer side. Eddie Bauskas and Prunster. Prunster puts it back to the half-forward line. Haddo goes for the mark for South Fremantle. West Perth 8-6, South Fremantle 4-6. Haddo kicking it up over the centre of the ground. Rioli does not mark, not paid, but Hillier was paid the mark on this side of the ground for less effort than that. This is Smith up to the half-forward line. Lauritsen.
Oh, great mark.
And the umpire pays that as a mark. Lauritsen giving him no option on that occasion. Lauritsen puts it up into the centre of the ground. Eddie Bauskas he's looking for. 8-6 West Perth, 4-6 South Fremantle. Bauskas out wide to Carson. On to Sikatosto, who's been not much influence on the game, but he's found a man on this occasion out in the pocket in Edwards. But it'll be a good long kick by Edwards to get this up into the over the goal line. It'd be well over 50 metres from there. Up into the square. Taylor knocks it away. Campbell scouting for the ball. So is McGuinness and so is O'Dwyer, and it's going to be thrown in the left full forward pocket. We're going to the time on period. Dempsey wins the knock. Sebastian Rioli dives into the bottom of the pack, and the umpire is going to bounce it. South Fremantle making heavy weather of it. They've kicked only 1 goal in this quarter against the wind. This is Fong. Could be out on the full. I think it is, and Morris Rioli or Sikatosto will take the free kick, and it's going to be Sikatosto. From 55 metres. It won't make the distance. Dempsey's down there in front of the pack, and he takes the mark. That was a good, strong mark by Bill Dempsey. Dempsey taking his time, puts it towards the grandstand side, looking for Halley. Cooper's with him. Oh, and a brilliant mark by Hillier. Well, he's come up onto the centre now. Draws the man, gives the ball over to Day. Day out wide to Smith. Haddo. And now Nell kicks it out of the pack towards Sheridan. Barrett tackling, back to Smith. Smith knocks it back to Nell. Nell up to full forward, all West Perth, and it's Watling right in front of goal. 30 metres out onto Wilson. And there's a goal to West Perth from the boot of Wilson. Well, a little bit overdone, but still effective by West Perth. They go further ahead, West Perth. They're now 9 goals 6-60, leading South Fremantle 4 goals 6-30.
Yes, Ron Wilson's first goal, and South's in all sorts of trouble. They can't get their game going at all. West Perth continually breaking loose, creating a loose man. There's players running on. Their backing up is superb. There's always, where the ball is landing, there are always 2 West Perth players to a South Fremantle player. I've never seen the ball go so often without being contested by South Fremantle players. West Perth players marking the ball uncontested continually, and a very disappointing performance by South to this stage.
Kelly winning the ruck duel. Through comes Hillier, misses it. Adamson gets it through to Winnan. Winnan right up to full forward. Nell comes out to meet it, knocks it down, but it comes to Lauritsen. Gives it out to Haddo. 3 minutes into the time-on period. Haddo up towards the half-forward line, and Prunster goes in, and it's not a mark. It's going to be thrown in, I think. I think the umpire indicated a throw in there. Yes, what's happening? He's going to bounce it. Carson's not. Eddie Bauskas didn't go in. Edwards didn't go in for that very hard. It comes to McGuinness. Campbell running up the centre half forward. 55 metres from goal. Kicked it straight to Taylor. It's unbelievable, isn't it, Fred?
Yes, it is, George, because they've done everything wrong, South, so far. They've had opportunities to kick the ball long. They've short passed and vice versa. It's been disappointing.
Taylor finds McGuinness at centre half back. McGuinness into the centre to Fong, all by himself. Fong up the centre half forward. Barrett's in front, and the siren sounds for half time, with West Perth holding a commanding 5-goal lead, 9-6 to South Fremantle 4-6. And a crowd of over 50,000 as the gates were closed during the course of the second quarter. And there are over 50,000 people here. The record for a grand final is 51,385. The goal kickers for West Perth: 3 to Watling, 2 to Nell, 2 to Smith, 1 each to Wilson and Day. For South Fremantle, Ray Bauskas 3, Eddie Bauskas 1. And can South Fremantle fight back in the second half of the game? They kick with the wind in this third quarter to the Perth end of the ground. The ball comes down to Haddo, and Haddo boots it up the centre half forward. Eddie Bauskas and McGuinness. There have been positional changes in the South Fremantle side. This is Sikatosto. And Sikatosto between centre and centre half forward fires the short one to Sebastian Rioli. Over the top of him went Prunster. The hand pass goes to Halley, and West Perth can clear now up the grandstand side of the ground. Over to Winnan. And Winnan, who's been dominant in the centre, puts it up onto the wing towards Smith and Dwyer. Smith gets the ball onto the half-forward line. McKay and Adamson doing battle for the ball now. And McKay plays for the refuge of the boundary. South Fremantle have got Eddie Bauskas at centre half-forward. And Campbell's been shifted to a half-forward flank. And I think Haddo is playing in the centre now for South Fremantle. So Magro's been shifted out of the centre at the half-time break. And here's another boundary throw-in. Conditions fine. Cloud cover very high. There's been no threat of rain. It's been perfect conditions for this game. As Carson goes with Nell. Nell wins the knock but interferes with Carson. The big South Fremantle ruckman who's dominated the hit-outs gets the free kick. He's had 11 hit-outs to Dempsey's 5. Halley's had 3. South have done well in the ruck duels, but Their midfield play has been pathetic. They've made tremendous errors in defence and in the forward line. There's another error by Carson. Carson puts it up the wing now from that recovery towards Sikatosto. Sikatosto gets it through to Campbell, back to Sikatosto, and Winnan cuts him off, but it's a free kick to Sikatosto. They've got a high tackle from Winnan, and South Fremantle can go deeper into attack. They need goals in a hurry in the third quarter, kicking with the aid of a light wind, which is worth about 2 goals to the side kicking with it. Cross towards centre-half forward, Eddie Bauskas up with him, McGuinness at the back is Haddo. Haddo from centre-half forward, right up towards the square. O'Dwyer dropping back, the ball bouncing awkward. It's a goal, O'Dwyer can't touch it. And Haddo has kicked the goal for South Fremantle, which may spark the Southerners. They definitely need something. South of 5-6, trailing West Perth 9-6.
It's not like that Don Haddo would be playing on the ball, George. He's most probably taking Eddie Bauskas' place. It appears that Magro is playing in the centre of the ground. But whoever's playing there was good move and good play by Haddo. He's worked hard to get there.
Dwyer's gone to the half-back flank to mind Smith and Watling, who are changing off that position. Crowd coming to life now as they sense there could be a fight back, but West Perth are a good side. This is Sheridan taking away Dempsey's knockout. Barry Day went in tentatively there. Watling has knocked the ball away, goes to Cooper. Cooper's kick goes into Magro. And Magro blazes away to the forward pocket. Fraser's down there, and so is Ray Bauskas. And Jeff Taylor comes in for West Perth now and plays the ball over the boundary. South Fremantle need to kick goals quickly to whittle away the deficit. They were 5 goals down at half-time. They're trailed by 24 points at the moment. Adrian Edwards to go up against Halley. Halley's knock, a good one to Prunster. Through comes Fraser. Sikatosto from 40 metres. Oh, it's close, very close. Could be a goal. Yes, it is. A goal to Sikatosto. South Fremantle are 6-6 now, and West Perth are 9-6.
Well, 2 goals in 3 or 4 minutes by the south side, and Sikatosto, who's had a very quiet first half, has started to figure in the play, and they'll need Brian Sikatosto right at his top if they're going to win this game, because they've been well and truly beaten generally by the Rovers, and of course by the Ruck Rovers in particular, where Watling has been a brilliant player for West Perth.
Back with Capes. You were suggesting that during the half-time break Beard might bring on some of the reserve players, but he didn't do that, Fred.
Yes, I thought that maybe Treasure and Thorpe could get into the act, but that hasn't happened.
Sheridan's got the ball from the centre, and West Perth going to attack now up to centre-half forward. Morris Rioli after the ball for South Fremantle. He had a very quiet first half. He kicks it into the vacant grandstand wing. Logan leads in the race to the ball. And it's a throw in. South Fremantle getting the ball out of defence on that occasion with Rioli with a desperate kick into the wide open spaces. Carson and Dempsey. Dempsey's knock comes down to Watling. And Watling short one to Smith on the half forward flank. Right up into the pocket. Lowitson going across, but a brilliant mark by Wilson. Terrific speed to get to the ball. And Wilson is about 35 metres out from goal. He can put in a reply here for West Perth, who lead now by 18 points. And suddenly we've got a bit of a game on here now in this grand final as Wilson takes the shot. It's going across the face. Adamson's down there, knocked away by McKay. And there's a snap at goal by Day of West Perth, which has gone through for a point to make West Perth 9-7, leading South Fremantle 6-6. It'll be a great thrill for the 50,000 and more spectators here today to see a South Fremantle fight back and make this a contest right to the finish.
Yes, it would, and Souths have got to improve greatly to do that.
Lauritsen's kick down the middle. Carson goes up. He's brought by Dempsey. Down to Fong, onto Smith. 45, 50 metres from goal is Stephen Smith. He's a powerful kicker, but this one is out of bounds on the full. And that's a free kick back into play to South Fremantle to be taken by Michael. Michael, who in the first quarter kicked the ball from this back pocket across towards the front of the goals off the side of the boot for a West Perth forward to mark it. This time he doesn't make a similar error, puts the ball onto the half-back flank. Carson and Dempsey. Carson knocks it on beautifully down the wing towards Campbell, who's playing on Prunster. Campbell had a very bad first half. He's taken on too many. Holding the ball, says umpire Capes, and that's a free kick to Prunster. Campbell arguing with the umpire. And it's Logan who'll take the free kick. He finds Winnan in the centre with Cooper coming in too late to spoil. Cooper comes back onto the mark, but Campbell goes over to go onto the mark. Winnan looks for an opening and he finds Prunster. Prunster right up towards the forward pocket. Wilson there for West Perth. Lauritsen goes in and spoils. A chance for Barry Day from 50 metres, a shocking kick. And it beats Nell and Michael over the line. So West Perth are hitting back now. South have scored the only 2 goals of the quarter. It's West Perth who are now doing the attacking. Nell to go up against Michael. And this is a vital piece of play. Strong take by Nell, but cleared away by Mackay of South Fremantle. Magro from behind went high, couldn't mark it. Day gets the hand pass to Sheridan. Well blanketed. Sikatosto goes in for South Fremantle now. Sikatosto out very wide on the wing towards Morris Rioli. Rioli kicks across towards the half-forward flank now. Campbell gets behind Punster, but Campbell can't hold his marks today. And Punster puts it back onto the wing. Down comes Watling. Watling kicks straight across towards the centre to Winnan, who's playing the perfect centre man's game today. Passing there with Magro, who gives away 15 metres. 9-7 West Perth, 6-6 South Fremantle. Winnan will kick it deep, probably up towards the square. He can put in about a 55-metre drop kick here into the wind if he so desires. No, he's got a lead offering from Logan. And Logan's been given plenty of latitude by Morris Rioli since he was shifted onto him in the second quarter. A long one by Logan up into the square. Michael's down there. Knocked away down to Smith. He likes him that way. It's a good snap by Smith. That's a goal. Yes, Stephen Smith has kicked it to put West Perth up to 10-7, leading South Fremantle 6-6.
Well, another good goal to Stephen Smith. That brings up his third, and also Alan Watling's kicked 3, so that gives the West Perth Ruck Rovers a tally of 6 goals. And it's been a pretty good performance by these Ruck Rovers, and that's where really the story has started for West Perth. They've had players at the foot of the pack. There's always been someone there to receive the ball off hands. They've had very quick players, Watling and Smith, and their Rovers, and generally they've been far too quick for their South Fremantle opponents.
Back of the centre for Carson and Dempsey to duel. Dempsey wins the knock this time down towards Fong. Cooper gets barrelled away. Magro kicks it up towards the half-forward line, but Hendricks takes the mark for West Perth. And Sebastian Rioli got way out of position there. Over goes the pass to Hillier. And West Perth are winning well on the wings as Hillier puts it up to the half-forward line. Sikatosto now for South Fremantle. Kicks into the centre to Carson. Rioli has the ball knocked away from him by Logan. Logan's at centre half-forward. There's the pass up towards Barry Day. Right in front of goal, about 35 metres out. Barry Day to take the shot. And he is a powerful kick, and he'll have no trouble here with the distance. West Perth could be coming up with another reply to South Fremantle's burst of 2 goals at the start of the quarter, but it's scraped through for only a point from Day's kick to make West Perth 10-8, South Fremantle 6-6. 8 minutes gone in this third quarter. South Fremantle will need to kick more goals.
Yes, if they're going to have any chance at all, they've got to get back in and kick 6 goals in this quarter to give themselves any real chance.
Lauritsen down the middle, not a good kick. He's kicked it straight to Smith. Smith is only about 50 metres out, right in front. There's a bad kick by Lauritsen with the aid of the light wind. And Stephen Smith might make the distance from here. Drop kick is a good one by Smith, but it's off the target, won't make the distance. Still in play, a chance for Nell. Nell snap, Lauritsen tries to touch it. It's a goal, I think. No, he's touched it just right on the line. That was a close shave. West Perth at 10-9. South Fremantle is 6-6. Again, Lauritsen to kick off. Coming onto the grandstand side, it's not a bad kick, about 45 metres, and he finds Haddo. Haddo breaking infield, he's got no lead offering. Kicks for distance now to the centre. Magro takes the mark for South Fremantle. Ignored the run on by Cooper there. Magro into the man, goes to Rioli. Shepherded by his brother Sebastian for a while. Rioli puts it up to full forward. Edwards is down there and he marks for South Fremantle back behind Halley. Edwards about 25 metres from the goals. Now, he's kicked several goals in this final round series when he's come on as a reserve. So he'd be a definite possibility of finding the target from a 45-degree angle. West Perth lead by 27 points. Oh, not a good one by Edwards. And South go up to 6-7, trailing West Perth 10-9.
Yes, that's the goal that Souths were looking for, and a strange thing, Adrian Edwards, each time he's come on in the previous finals, he's kicked goals almost immediately.
There's Prunster taking the mark. Prunster up onto the wing now. Carson and Dempsey and Adamson and Mackay all up in the air. The umpire saw a push in the back to Dempsey, who's free on this grandstand wing. Dempsey now across the ground towards Hillier. He's playing on Cooper. Gets the ball to McGuinness. McGuinness kicks it high up into the forward pocket. Lauritsen and Day. Good spoil by Day, claiming the mark, but it's play on. He's about 55 metres from goal. There's the short one on, and Stephen Smith, making position cleverly, has the mark about 40 metres from goal. Smith just keeps running on into the open and keeps accepting passes. Shot by him, a fair-looking kick, but only a point. West Perth 10-10, lead South Fremantle 6-6.
Yes, Souths have failed to get any sort of teamwork established whatsoever, and it's been West Perth who's set the perfect example of they've run on football. Always a player backing up. Their tackling has been fierce. They've had great speed in the legs and, of course, in the mind.
Lauritson's pass towards Magro.
He's one of the players that South have wanted to perform right at his top, along with Digitised, but this hasn't happened.
Magro into the centre. Carson's there with Dempsey. And on Eddie Bauskas went up. The ball comes down to Hillier. He's been a star on that wing, Hillier. Out wide it goes. Sheridan gets in front of Barrett. That's a good mark by Sheridan. Sheridan kicks up towards the full forward position. Lauritsen goes up, knocked down by Day. Barrett's handball intercepted by Fong. And getting in front is Nell. Outpacing Michael. And Nell is right in front of goal, 20 metres out. Well, South have been in trouble in that full back line right since the start of the game, with Michael not being a success in the back pocket. And South have missed steadiness there throughout the game. Michael a much better player when resting up in the forward line. The kick by Nell, pretty good. It's a goal. West Perth 11-10, 76. South Fremantle 6-7, 43. South are kicking with the wind in this third quarter, which is only light, but West Perth have outscored them nevertheless.
Yes, Norm Nell's third goal, and it's been a very handy contribution. So three players kicked the 9 goals between them. Smith, Nell and Watling, and Baji, they've been busy players, the two ruck rovers for West Perth.
Well, the run on by South Fremantle in the opening minutes of the quarter, when they had goals from Haddo and Digitised, has come to a halt. Once again, it's West Perth with this very big lead now. Carson's knock. Well, it's knocked away by Hillier. Back to Carson. His kick is not very effective. Sebastian Rioli comes through nicely this time, but he kicks it nowhere. And a chance for Prunster from the half-back line to clear. Prunster puts it up to the half-forward line. Smith has got away from Dwyer. Smith at the right half-forward flank position. And Logan now fetching the ball for Smith. West Perth doing all the attacking, over to Dempsey. And South are not putting too much pressure on West Perth. Dempsey from 60 metres. Good kick, but it won't make the distance. Nevertheless, it's dangerous for South Fremantle. There's Digitised now. But he just kicks haphazardly straight to Logan. Logan up towards full forward again. Michael and Nell. Barrett tackled by Fong, goes to Winnan. Breaks Cooper's tackle. Winnan with a shot from 45 metres. A good snap. Smith right in front of goal, Stephen Smith. And it's a certain goal coming up for West Perth. He very seldom misses from this position, and if he kicks this, I'd say it would be the last nail in South Fremantle's coffin in this 1975 grand final. Smith has already kicked one in this third quarter. And it's a good kick by him for his second goal in the quarter, his fourth of the match, and West Perth go further ahead. West Perth at 12 goals, 10, South Fremantle 6 goals, 7.
Well, a 40-point break at this stage would be far too great for South Fremantle to overcome, especially in the frame of mind that they've been in today. They've been very disappointing. They haven't got their teamwork operating at any stage. I think their lack of speed has been a very disappointing feature of their game. And their handball that they use so intelligently to win them so many games, that's almost been practically non-existent.
It's Carson and Dempsey. Even Stevens duel. Dempsey eventually getting the better of it. Now it's Haddo's kick up towards the half-forward line, where Prunster runs back. Eddie Bauskas comes through and is tackled without the ball, and it's his free kick. Halley boots it upfield and should have been penalised 15 metres, but umpire Capes is going to let him get away with it. Halley bursting upfield after the whistle had sounded there. But Eddie Bauskas has the ball on the left half-forward flank, playing at centre half-forward in this third quarter. South missing his drive as a ruck rover. He won't make the distance from here. Ray Bauskas flies, can't hold it. Edwards is there. Morris Rioli kicks a goal for South Fremantle. Off the pack, they go up to 7-7, trailing West Perth 12-10.
Well, a good goal by Morris Rioli, and who played as a Rover should have. He was on the ground and he accepted the ball off hands, and he's kicked truly. But there hasn't been enough of that type of play by the South Fremantle side. Too often they've lacked players at the foot of the pack when the ball has been coming off hands. There hasn't been a South Fremantle small man there to receive it, and generally it's been West Perth that have been organised in this direction.
7-7 to 12-10, West Perth in front. Dempsey's knock, well done back to Sheridan, right up towards centre half forward. McKay one-handed, knocks it away down to Barrett. Fong is with him, and the short kick by Barrett puts South in trouble as Day gets it over to Smith, and Smith throws the ball over, but it goes to Michael. Play on, says the umpire. Could have been a punch by Smith. Up to Sheridan on the wing, he knocks it over to Hillier, back to Sheridan, back to Hillier with Magro in pursuit. Good tackle by Magro. Play on, says the umpire. Barrett gets the hand pass to Cooper. Winnan's there to cover, but Cooper puts it up on the half-forward line, over Dempsey's head. Through comes McGuinness, and Sebastian Rowley went down there. He slipped over. Now it's Smith on the scoreboard wing. Oh, he let the ball go quickly, Stephen Smith. Through comes South Fremantle from defence now with Cooper. Cooper in towards centre half forward, straight to Prunster. That's a mark to Prunster in the centre half back position. South Fremantle kicking straight to the opposition. Prunster down the middle of the ground. Fraser. Logan up towards Adamson. Clashes with Magro. Through comes McKay. The umpire's whistle is gone. It's a free kick against Magro. Umpire ruling he tripped Adamson. Adamson to take the free.
He must have landed on his head then, George.
Adamson will put this up towards the half-forward flank to Hillier all by himself. Morris Rioli giving him too much latitude up towards full forward. Michael in the pack, and South Fremantle's defender gets the mark from umpire Capes. South look a beaten side. The short pass onto McKay. We're at the 18-minute mark of the third quarter. Into the centre to Magro, but Dempsey's there. Campbell tackling. Over to McGuinness. Now it's Campbell. Now it's Eddie Bauskas. Eddie Bauskas, the short one towards Magro. Hendricks chasing. Magro up to full forward, but straight to Taylor. Jeff Taylor, the fullback, across the goal to O'Dwyer. But it's going to be a boundary throw-in in the left full forward pocket for South Fremantle. Trailing by 33 points. Halley in the ruck and Edwards. Edwards down to Sikatosto, but O'Dwyer's got him corner. Sikatosto keeps it in play. 35 metres from goal. He's under too much pressure. Now O'Dwyer's there for West Perth. Haddo for South Fremantle. It's missed by Taylor. Sebastian Rioli got a trip. The umpire lets it go. The ball has been forced through for a point. Well, Sebastian Rioli was tripped up there in the full forward position. He paid Adamson a trip a short while ago up at centre half forward for West Perth, but he didn't see fit to do it that time. There goes Morris Rioli with the mark. O'Dwyer knocking the ball out of his hands. He's penalised 15 metres by the umpire, which will bring Morris Rioli to within 35 metres of goal. 7-8 South Fremantle, 12-10 West Perth. Can Rioli find the target? He's kicked one goal so far. A lot of pressure on him, playing in his first grand final. Only about his fourth league match, off the side of the boot. Not a good kick by Morris Rioli. It's out of bounds on the full, which will give Bill Dempsey the free kick back into play. And South Fremantle are not playing well enough to get back within striking distance of West Perth. Dempsey a good kick. Halley's in the pack, and Campbell, and a free kick to Halley for in the back. Strong player, Len Halley. This is only his fourth kick, however. Up onto the wing, Adamson and McKay. And McKay this time gets a free kick for in the back. Eddie Bauskas signalling. McKay kicks it that way to centre half forward. Too many West Perth players. Hillier coming through, and umpire Capes to bounce it. Forward line of South Fremantle very congested. Edwards knocked to Eddie Bauskas, out wide to Cooper. Kick well blanketed. There's O'Dwyer reading the ball in the back pocket. Out wide towards Hendricks, all by himself on that half-back flank. And Hendricks a long one now, up to the half-forward line. Barrett drops the mark, comes back to him. But plenty of West Perth players there. Hillier takes it away now. Goes for the short one to Watling. And Watling will steady on that left half forward flank. Play on, says the umpire now. Watling kicks it to Winnan. Winnan over to Halley. Halley right in front, 50 metres out. And he's put it out on the full for a free kick back into play to be taken by McKay.
Well, West Perth almost doing what they like. The defence of South Fremantle very disappointing, and the attitude. There's not enough players. There's changes being made by Beard, but the players generally seem to be wrong-footed right from the start.
Magro's got the ball. Down the wing he goes towards Cooper. Cooper taking the mark on the scoreboard wing. Into Sikatosto. Sikatosto on the half-forward line now, in towards Campbell, who's been shifted to full forward. Well, he should have marked that. That was a fundamental error. Eddie Bauskas, but it's cut off by Jeff Taylor. Brilliant play by the fullback. And South Fremantle come unstuck again. Out to Watling it goes. Watling in the clear on this right wing. Short kick to Winnan. Running on brilliantly, Mel Winnan. Oh, he gets around Magro very easily. Loads up for a shot at goal. It's a good kick. Carson's down there. Good mark by Carson. One of the few South Fremantle players that revealed his top form today. That was a simple mark drop by Campbell up at full forward.
Yes, that's right. There's been a number of these right throughout the day. Players have been doing this.
Kick by South Fremantle's Lewington down towards Fraser on the wing, but he's had a bad day, and it's another boundary throw in. West Perth 12-10, South Fremantle 7-8. Official attendance 52,322, and that's a new record in Western Australian football. Previous record 51,385. There's Mel Winnan with the ball. He'll have a shot. Now he'll go for a pass to Nell. Nell getting away from Carson, and Nell is right in front, and he's only 25 metres out. Norm Nell, who has played a good game up in that forward pocket, stationary down there. He can test the ruck hit-outs in the forward area, and Norm Nell has kicked 3 goals. And he'll probably make it 4. Kick is a good one from Nell. That's the goal. West Perth are 13-10, 88, South Fremantle 7-8, 50.
Yes, a good goal to Norm Nell, and he certainly made a welcome return to the ranks of West Perth. He was out for the majority of the year with a serious injury. I think it was Achilles heel from memory, and he's endeavoured to get himself fit. It's taken a long while, and he's made a great return, a welcome return to the West Perth side. He's given that side some height in their forward line and his ability to take a mark, and he's a very steady and experienced player, and this has been a great factor in their performance today.
Michael and Halley. Halley used his body well. Michael still going for it. Magro's got it. Up towards centre half forward. Eddie Bauskas has got the run of the ball, but Prunster's too fast for him. Prunster out onto the grandstand wing where Smith is all by himself.
A little bit of a wrestle going on back here.
Smith having a birthday in the open. There's a box on, or a clawing match on the half-forward line of South Fremantle involving McGuinness, Ray Bauskas, Rioli, Eddie Bauskas, Prunster, and this has halted the game. So just running through the details of goal kickers for West Perth: Smith 4, Nell 4, Watling 3, 1 each to Day and Wilson. And for South Fremantle, Ray Bauskas 3, 1 each to Sikatosto, Haddo, Eddie Bauskas and Morris Rioli. 13-10 West Perth, 7-8 South Fremantle. We're at the 24-minute mark of this third quarter. Michael has missed the ball in the ruck. This is Morris Rioli going for it now on the wing. Gets the ball to Fraser. Not a good handball. Fraser kicks it into the centre. Eddie Bauskas takes the mark. Over it goes to Cooper. Cooper kicks it out wide towards Sebastian Rioli. He's got Hendricks right behind him. Now that's a trip to Rioli. The play on, says the umpire. That's advantage. He's having a very bad day, Sebastian Rioli. And umpire Cates is running across to bounce the ball. Well, he had a paddock in which to beat the West Perth defender there.
Yes, he's had a very poor day. He's been well and truly beaten. He's had no influence on South's performance at all.
Dwyer winning the ruck knock and knocking it over the boundary. In retrospect, I suppose one could say it was a mistake for South Fremantle to bring him in for the full match, Sebastian Rowley.
Yes, it could be said that. He's had no real influence, and his performance has been fairly disappointing, but he's not on his own. You can go right across the half-forward line. The same could be said about Campbell.
This was Bill Dempsey with the free kick. Dempsey across the half-back line, and the mark taken by Logan. Logan straight down the middle to Watling, all by himself. He can run 30 or 40 metres if he wants to. Boots it up to full forward. Beautiful pass to Nell, right in front of goal and about 30 metres out. West Perth are simply too good for South Fremantle. Barrett coming over onto the mark. Norm Nell shooting for his 5th goal. And this time he makes the error. West Perth are 13-11, leading South Fremantle 7-8. What a pity, Fred, that before this huge crowd of 52,322, which is a record, that the game is developing into somewhat of an anticlimax. There's Logan spoiling everybody for the mark. Comes down to Watling. Watling puts it over to Halley. Breaks Michael's tackle. Puts the ball up into the forward pocket. And Nell spoils Smith for the mark. Lauritson's got it. Peeling for the free kick. To no avail. Now Capes will bounce it. West Perth 13-11. West Perth 7-8 at the 27-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Carson and Nell. Carson's knock comes down to Lewington. Now kicked forward by Barrett into the centre where it's all West Perth. Halley dropping the mark. On to Winnan. Winnan playing brilliant in the centre. Sebastian Rioli there now, but he can't get anywhere near the ball. And Capes will bounce it just outside the half-forward line for West Perth. Halley and Carson. Halley's knocked towards Fong. Sheridan. Halley has missed it. Fraser. Halley gets the ball out. Good play by Halley. Barrett tries to dive on it. Lauritsen bumps Fong over. Comes back towards Sikatosto. But Wilson's in there battling for it. Now it's Dwyer. Now it's Logan. Logan a short pass to Smith, who just stands in the open, Stephen Smith, and West Perth are finding him at will. He's playing a real Charlie Tyson game, Fred.
Well, he creates and West Perth oblige.
Smith about 35 metres out. Good-looking kick. It's close to a goal, but just the wrong side of the post. West Perth 13-12, leading South Fremantle 7-8. West Perth have kicked 4 goals, 6 in this quarter. South Fremantle have kicked 3 goals, 2. And it's been South Fremantle that's had the use of the light wind. Michael kicking off. Towards the grandstand side. Carson drops the mark. Play on. Gets the ball to Eddie Bauskas, but Logan's there to spoil him. Bauskas onto Fraser. We're 3 minutes into time on as Magro takes the mark. Magro back to Eddie Bauskas, but Logan's there to put him under pressure. Back to Magro. Through to Fraser. Fraser off the side of the boot. Not a good kick. Morris Rioli goes for the mark. Spoilt by O'Dwyer. Knocked on by Winnan. Goes to Fraser. Fraser to Morris Rioli. Well caught by O'Dwyer. Holding the man, however, says umpire Coates. There's a free kick to Morris Rioli.
That's a pretty weak decision. The ferocity of the tackle disposed him of the ball, and he's paid him for holding the man.
Up to full forward. Adrian Edwards gets away from Dempsey. He's 30 metres out. But that won't find the target. Boundary thrown in the left full forward pocket. The South look a spent force. They're trailing by 40 points.
Well, they've never really given any indication they were going to take a big hand in proceedings. West Perth have had the initiative right from the start with speed and ability and great teamwork.
Smith gets the short one onto Logan. Sikatosto now. But Logan makes good recovery onto Halley. Carson sockers it away. Boundary throw in. Except for the first 5 minutes of this 3rd quarter, Fred, when South kicked 2 goals and reduced the deficit to 3 goals. At that stage, they looked to have some slight chance.
They kicked 2 quick goals, but West Perth replied, and it was a very short-lived burst.
Chance for Sebastian Rioli, but he loses the ball again. He's had a very bad day, and there's a siren for 3-quarter time. West Perth leading 13-12-90 to South Fremantle 7-8-50. We go into the last quarter, and South Fremantle have taken off David Fraser and Sebastian Rioli. And the ball on their 2 reserves, who are Treasure and Thorpe. But it's too late for that to make any influence on the result, because West Perth have a lead of nearly 7 goals. They're 40 points in front and kicking with the aid of a light wind in this last quarter to the Perth end. There's a knock out of the middle by Sheridan. Taken by Eddie Bauskas now, up to centre half forward. Punched us down there with Dwyer. Dwyer's been a quiet player. Back goes the handball to McGuinness. And McGuinness, although short in stature, has played brilliantly in that centre half back position. Now there's Thorpe going in for South Fremantle. Thorpe, short one towards Dwyer, and Dwyer has the mark at centre half forward. Dwyer, short one, finds Treasure. Treasure right in front and 35 metres out from goal. 19th and 20th man figuring there in that passage of play for South Fremantle. Treasure, if he finds the target, will reduce the deficit to 34 points. Kick from Treasure, swinging away, and it's out of bounds on the full. Well, that's been the story for South Fremantle all day. They haven't done many things right. Free kick into play, taken by Taylor. Goes straight to Cooper. Right half forward, gives the ball to Dwyer. Dwyer has the shot from 45 metres, dropping short. Ray Bauskas flies, but Capes has paid the mark the other way to the West Perth defender. It's Edwards who went up there, finished up with the ball, but it's Jeff Taylor who's got the mark.
Yes, I was a little bit disappointed in that decision. I felt that Edwards had the greater purchase. Even though he was from behind, he appeared to me that he'd certainly taken the mark.
Well, there's been a 15-metre penalty, and there's the kick by Taylor right down onto the wing. Cooper goes for the spoil, but Hillier takes a terrific mark for West Perth. And West Perth will now move into attack. Adamson leading, but he's leading Mackay up the field. There's a dummy lead. Barrett knocks the ball away from Fong. It goes to Sheridan. Sheridan gets away from Lewington, goes to Wilson. Wilson from 55 metres is off the target. Norm Nell can't reach there, and the ball out of play in the left full forward pocket. And now South have to battle their way back against the wind from this position, where West Perth, who hold an unbeatable grip on the match, have another chance of scoring. Michael going up, post to Nell. Nell knocks it down, goes to Day, and Day has kicked a goal with that snapshot. And West Perth are 14-12, 96. The South Fremantle 7-8-50.
Well, a good goal to Barry Day, and fine work by Norm Nell as a ruckman deep in that forward line. He's been a valuable player for them. He's won numerous taps when the ball has been forward of the half-forward line. He's been the player that's been getting the ball to a rover. He's kicked 4 goals in the process as well. All in all, he's been a real good player for them.
West Perth have nearly doubled South Fremantle score. Carson being held away from the ball by Dempsey, which was good ruck play. There's a no. Yes, the whistle is gone. Kicking in danger against Carson. The free kick to be taken by the tireless Mel Winner. Winnan boots it towards half forward. Eddie Bauskas misses the mark. Now Mackay is under pressure here to clear. Puts it up the scoreboard wing. It's Thorpe battling for the ball with Logan, and it's going to be thrown in. Dempsey and Carson arriving for the ruck battle. Carson knocked towards Eddie Bauskas. And the kick goes further up the wing. Where coming through now is Hendricks of West Perth. Up to the forward pocket. It's a good long kick by Hendricks. And Watling pulls down the mark while Cooper and Mackay just stood back and watched. And Watling about 65 metres from goal. Won't score, but he'll put it up into the danger area where Norm Nell is waiting back near the square to fly for the ball. I think West Perth realise they've got this one now, as Watling puts it right up into the last line of defence for South Fremantle, but umpire Capes has sorted out a free kick. It's ruled to push in and back to Michael. Michael puts it up to the half-back line, looking for Magro. Chance for Haddo now. Too slow, South Fremantle. Gets the ball onto Magro. Magro kicks to the half-forward line. Morris Rioli tackled well by O'Dwyer. And a bounce by umpire Capes will be the result. O'Dwyer pounced on Rioli like a cat pouncing on a mouse. Carson. But here's O'Dwyer covering again for West Perth. Another boundary throw. Dempsey and Carson. From the back, Campbell wins the knock, goes straight through Dwyer's arms. O'Dwyer for West Perth has missed it. Morris Rioli is with him. But O'Dwyer is good enough to grab the ball back and tie it up in the pack. Barry Dwyer hasn't been the same player since the car accident he had before the preliminary final.
No, he hasn't had any real great influence in the 2 games he's played since.
Watling gets a handball onto Hillier. There's Adamson playing in front of Mackay to Fong. Oh, Fong kicks the ground. It goes to Day. Now Logan. Logan up to the half-forward line where Adamson again is in front of Mackay. Now it's Fong. Lewington. Short kick to Magro. Magro boots it up towards the forward pocket, and Taylor comes down to back his judgment, leaves Ray Bauskas behind and halts the South Fremantle attack.
He's been a pretty good player, Taylor, for West Perth. He's defended very strongly. Bauskas has kicked 3 goals.
Good long kick by Taylor. Hillier goes up with Dempsey, and one will get the mark. I think Dempsey to take the kick. Short one infield to Prunster. West Perth not making anywhere near the number of fundamental errors of South Fremantle, not even a small percentage of errors. Eddie Bauskas flies for the mark, takes it. Half back line for South Fremantle. Boots it up onto the wing position. Magro goes up, no mark paid. It's Winnan now. Boots it up towards centre half forward Lauritsen. Through comes Day. Clever play by Day. Michael goes straight in towards Day. Day has a soccer shot at goal. Could bounce anywhere, and it's gone through for a point.
Kicking in danger. It should be, George.
Is it going to be? No, it's no score from that. It's a free kick to South Fremantle. The scoreboard remains 14-12 West Perth. South Fremantle 7-8. Free kick to be taken by Lewington.
But gee, it's certainly been an anticlimax, a very disappointing performance by South Fremantle.
Haddo goes for the mark and takes it, opposed to Watling. Oh, off the side of the boot from Haddo. He shakes his head in disgust. Eddie Bauskas goes up, tries to spoil. The Hillier has taken yet another strong mark. He's been a dominant player right from the start of the game, Hillier. In towards centre half forward. Lauritsen goes for Barry Day. Didn't go for the ball. It's play on. Lewington tries to dive on it, but Adamson shovels out, goes to Haddo. Now goes to Winnan. Still Winnan, shovels it out to Adamson. Adamson's about 35 metres out. It's a good kick by Adamson. It's close, but it's only a point. West Perth are 14-13, leading South 7-8. And Barry Day is getting attention from the West Perth trainers after he got that heavy knock from Lauritsen.
Yes, West Perth have taken all before them. Souths have offered very little resistance, and of course there's a huge crowd here, and a very quiet crowd it's been.
Michael down the middle with a kick-off, and Haddo takes another mark. No, not paid. This time over the top of Watling. There's Eddie Bauskas taking the mark, still on the half-back line. South crisscrossing the ball, but not gaining much ground with that sort of play. This is Lewington. Lewington kicks it up the wing, and Thorpe takes the mark. South just can't get into gear. They haven't been able to get into gear right since the start of the game. And there's Bill Dempsey taking a strong mark, veteran of many grand final successes by West Perth. He's had just as big an influence on this game as he's had in the others. Dempsey into the centre, looks for Winnan. Magro comes through to take the mark. Magro on to Treasure. Treasure to Thorpe. Thorpe up towards full forward. Ray Bauskas and Taylor. Taylor's too big for him. That's a good, cool mark by Taylor. Out wide to Prunster, and West Perth can go for a bit of a jog down the outer wing now. Prunster on to Day. Day gets away from Bauskas, puts the ball up into the pocket. There's Watling. He's 35 metres out from goal and has the shot. It's a good kick. It's a goal. And West Perth at 15-13, 103. South Fremantle 7-8, 50.
Yes, Alan Watling's 4th goal, and good play by the West Perth side once again. A perfect example with Taylor taking the strong mark deep in defence and immediately getting on with play. And there's West Perth teammates creating for him. He switched play to the other side of the ground with a well-directed kick, and then it was just a procession. 3 or 4 kicks, and Watling running loose as always and creating. He's accepted the mark and he's kicked truly.
Well, Fred, it's going to be champagne and hamburgers for West Perth and handkerchiefs for South Fremantle.
Yes, it's a bitterly disappointing game. Great anticlimax to what's been a great season, really, by both these sides.
Watling's got the ball. Over goes the hand pass now to Wilson. Ron Wilson to Day. Could be another one coming up to West Perth. I think it is. Yes, he's put it through for a goal. West Perth are racing away. 16-13, 109. South Fremantle 7-8, 50.
Barry Day's 3rd goal, and of course there's not a great deal of opposition in the South Fremantle side at the moment. The heart appears to have gone out of them. They haven't played with confidence right from the start of the game. West Perth have attacked this game with a great deal of zest from the opening minutes, and they've gone from strength to strength.
They were waiting for the ball to come out of the crowd. It has come back. They've lost a couple during the course of the game, with anxious or eager spectators souveniring the footballs. We can continue without the replacement ball this time. 16-13 to 7-8. And still about 20 minutes to go, I'd say. Halley and Carson comes down to Wynnum. Thorpe there, had the ball knocked away from him, but he gets the free kick. The umpire ruled he was interfered with. Thorpe, who came on at three-quarter time. Short pass over to Eddie Bauskas. Eddie Bauskas, a high one up towards the pocket. Adrian Edwards is down there with Dempsey. Dempsey knocks it on cleverly. It comes towards Cooper. Now it's Edwards. Across the goal, over into the pocket. O'Dwyer and Morris Rioli. And it's a free kick to O'Dwyer for over the shoulder. Left full back pocket for West Perth. South just haven't had the experience and the poise in this grand final compared to West Perth, but also a lot of their players below top form.
Yes, they haven't displayed anywhere near the talents that they've shown throughout the year.
Watling with a kick towards Adamson. McKay there, nearly a good one-hander. Gets the ball through to Sikatosto, on to Lewington. Lewington looks for Ray Bauskas. Instead, Rioli drops the mark. Hendricks now with the clearance. Still Hendricks. McGinnett, now it's Punster to Wynnum. And Wynnum boots it over the centre, where Barrett and Fong will go for the mark, and Barrett takes a good one. He's been a relatively good player for South Fremantle.
He's been one of their best, George.
Eddie Bauskas now up towards the half-forward line. Good mark to Punster. West Perth just toying with South Fremantle. Punster over to Wynnum. Over to Halley. Halley a long one up to full forward. Barry Day takes the mark. Well, I said full forward. He's just inside centre half forward. He's a good 50 metres out from goal. But Halley was trying to boot it up to full forward. It's a good kick by Barry Day. Great kick. Oh, it sails straight through for another one. West Perth are 17-13, 115. South Fremantle 7-8-50. That goal is Barry Day's fourth. Hendricks has been taken off the field to give Peter Stewart, the veteran West Perth player, a run. Hendricks has played with a fair bit of distinction in the final round series for West Perth. Stewart has gone across now to the centre half-back position to mind Ray Bauskas. That's Peter Stewart there with the knee bandage.
This young Hendricks has given every indication that he's going to be a player of the future, and of course Peter Stewart has been a champion of the past.
Halley's knocked to Sheridan, to Watling, tackled by Thorpe, comes out to Logan. Logan right up to full forward. Nell down there and Michael. Oh, he's knocked it straight down to Wilson. Wilson from 30 metres looking for the goal, but it's off the target. And West Perth are 17-14. The South Fremantle 7-8.
Yes, there's not a great deal one can say. George, West Perth's performance has been magnificent. They've all contributed. They haven't had any players that have really been below par.
Paddo takes the mark. Paddo puts it up the wing. Dwyer goes up. Is spoilt by Prunster. Hilliard's down there battling for it. Now Treasure's got it. On to Cooper. South Fremantle haven't kicked a goal since the 16-minute mark of the third quarter. Cooper puts it up to centre half forward. Stewart pushes Ray Bauskas in the back, and the South Fremantle centre half forward gets the free kick. Ray Bauskas to have a shot from 55 metres. It's a good torpedo punt. Good kick by Ray Bauskas. Dempsey's down there going for the mark. Carson spoils him. Campbell tries to soccer it through, but it was beyond the goal line when he kicked it, and the ball has gone through, forced behind to make the scoreboard 17-14 West Perth, 7-9 South Fremantle. And the scoreboard really reflects the difference in the standard between the two sides today.
I think so, George. Souths have been very disappointing in the forward area.
Good kick-off by Taylor. McGuinness has missed the mark. Breaking through the pack is Logan. Got Thorpe to beat, knocks it on towards Stewart. And Stewart can get his first kick. No, he handballs onto McGuinness. McGuinness gets it on towards Smith. Smith quickly on to Fong. Fong right up into the forward pocket. There's Barry Day taking another mark, coming out in front of Lauritsen. Barry Day about 45 metres from the goals. lining up for his 5th goal, but it will need to be a good kick. It is a good kick. It's a beauty by Barry Day. And it's a goal. And West Perth are 18-14, giving a terrific exhibition of football. They're 122 points to South Fremantle 79-51.
It's Barry Day's 5th goal, and he's certainly been an acquisition to them on their half-forward line. Looks like Ron Wilson leaving the field and Laurie Heel coming onto the ground. And Wilson's been a dangerous player down in the forward line also with his great turn of speed.
Barry Day has kicked the last 3 goals.
Laurie Heel is the player that came on in place of Wilson.
There's a kick by Fong out of the middle. Up towards the pocket. Michael drops the mark. Through comes Watling. Could be another goal for West Perth. He's only 35 metres out. Close. He's hit the post. And West Perth move up to 18-15. South Fremantle 7-9. Well, the biggest ever winning margin before this match in the grand final was by South Fremantle. 78 points. They defeated East Fremantle by in 1954. At the moment, the difference is 49 plus 23. That's 72 points in favour of West Perth. So they only need to extend their lead by another 7 points, and they will have kicked the record winning margin in the grand final in West Australian football history. There's Treasure for South Fremantle, looking for Magro. Beats Hillier this time, gives the ball back to Treasure. Magro.
Good play.
Magro with a short one towards Thorpe. Gets away from Logan. He's got nobody leading down. Campbell coming out now. Down he goes. Stewart's missed it. McGuinness. And West Perth get out of defence again. There's Barrett going for the mark. Umpire Coates doesn't play it. Now it's cleared away by Lewington. Magro can't get near the ball for the mark. Dwyer handballs onto Treasure. And Treasure the short one towards Ray Bauskas. Spoilt by Taylor. Campbell goes, Morris Rioli falls over this time. Comes out to O'Dwyer. Good tackle by Ray Bauskas, but umpire Coates is going to bounce it. Right full forward pocket for South Fremantle. South Fremantle playing like novices at the moment. Campbell's knock. There's Smith shepherding Sikatosto away from the ball, allowing the clearance by Taylor, and he finds his teammate in Prunster. Prunster kicks towards centre half back. It's not a good kick. The West Perth are there in force through McGuinness to take the mark. McGuinness looks for Hillier. In front of him is Cooper. And it's a free kick to Cooper for being held without the ball. Cooper short one towards Eddie Bauskas. Now it's Treasure, not Eddie Bauskas. And Treasure to have a shot at goal. Probably. He's a good 60 metres from goal. And it's dropping a bit short. Campbell flying, but he's easily outmarked by the West Perth defender. That's a very good mark indeed by Hendricks.
Taylor, I think.
Yeah, Taylor it is. Losing my concentration, Fred. Hendricks is off the field.
It's not easy to concentrate because West Perth have made an absolute one-horse race of it.
There's the kick upfield by McGuinness up into the centre, but Barrett takes the mark. Barrett is up the field from the back pocket because West Perth are running both rovers up on the ball, and they're playing it. Will Magro's got it. Back to McKay. Now Thorpe comes through. Well grabbed by Halley. Holding the ball is the decision. Halley to get the free kick. And he's had a big influence on the game, Halley.
Oh, yes, he's been a good, strong player. Their rucks and rovers have been in control of my way, I think.
Laurie Heel going for the mark. Now Michael with a chance to clear it to Barrett. Barrett the short one to Treasure. Treasure the short one aimed at Dwyer, but instead it goes to Edwards. Back towards Treasure. He's under pressure here. Sheridan's got it. McGuinness gets bumped off it. Now Cooper goes for the ball in the front spot, playing for the free kick, but West Perth don't give one away. And it's a boundary throw-in on the grandstand side. 18-15 West Perth, 7-9 South Fremantle. Halley knocking it down to Prunster. McKay going up, trying to spoil Adamson. Now Heel kicks it out of the pack. Across to centre half forward. Michael misjudges the bounce. Through comes Watling. West Perth have got it set up. Barry Day's all by himself on the edge of the square, and he's only about 12 metres out. Take a shot here. Barry Day has kicked 5, could make it 6, and that's a good performance in the grand final.
Yes, it's a great performance, and a good number of moves have been initiated by Alan Watling. He's been a brilliant player too.
Barry Day makes it 6 goals, increases the lead. West Perth are 19-15, South Fremantle 7-9. It's 129 points to 51. So at the moment, West Perth are leading by 78 points. And that equals the record winning margin in the grand final that South Fremantle established in 1954 when they beat South Fremantle. So interest now on whether West Perth can keep extending their lead by even just 1 point to establish a new winning margin record. I think they will, Fred.
Yes, I'd say they would too, George. They've given every indication that they could do this. The way they've performed throughout the day, they've been in complete control right from the outset.
There's Winham firing them into attack. Norm Nell playing for the free, but it's cleared away by Michael. Back into the centre. Cooper now with the opportunity here, but Prunster's there to try and push him off the ball. Cooper angles it infield towards Magro. And Treasure, but Stewart beats him. Stewart up to the half-forward line. And the mark taken by Eddie Bauskas. Short one by Bauskas to Sikatosto. Gets away from Halley to Treasure. Back to Sikatosto. But the handball and the kicking of South Fremantle has not been precise right from the start. And McGuinness clears up towards Smith. Gets away from Michael. Gets inside Eddie Bauskas. Good play, Stephen Smith. Has a brilliant shot from 65 metres. And Barry Day is there, going for his 7th goal. He's kicked it. 7 goals to Barry Day. And West Perth at 20-15, 135 to South Fremantle 7-9-51. It looks like West Perth are going to establish a record for a winning margin.
Oh, the great goal to Barry Day, and what is it, 1-2-7 he's kicked, and a fine performance off a half-forward flank. While playing in as a goal sneak, he's had a turn in both spots, and he's been a very good player for them. Stephen Smith once again illustrating his ability as he slipped player after player, and he directed the ball beautifully into the goal square. Smith's personal tally has been 4 goals. Watling, his co-ruck rover, has also kicked 4. And these two players have been instrumental in tearing South Fremantle apart. They've had the legs, Watling and Smith, and they've certainly used them. They've had played with great amount of speed and skill, and their ability to use the ball intelligently has been an outstanding feature of the West Perth side.
Barry Day has kicked the last 5 goals. He's playing at full forward down there on Lauritsen, and taken away by Watling from the centre now. Angles the ball towards Adamson. Sport by McKay. Sikatosto's missed it. In goes Treasure. Now it's McKay, and the whistle has gone. It's a free kick to Treasure. Still only at the 22.5-minute mark. There could be another 7 or 8 minutes to go. Comes out wide to Barrett. Barrett puts it up towards the half-forward flank, but O'Dwyer's come down. Sport by Magro. Goes to Morris Rioli. And Morris Rioli gets a free kick from the umpire. Capes. Rioli looking for Edwards. No, he goes up the flank instead of angling the ball to centre half. He's looking for Ray Bauskas, and he gives away a free kick to Stewart. Stewart playing his last game. Up towards centre half forward. It's a beautiful kick. McKay misses it. Goes to Watling. To Laurie Heel. Left half forward. Laurie Heel from 55 metres will make the distance. And Michael takes the mark for South Fremantle. Yes, Stewart and Dempsey and Nell all playing their last game for West Perth today, and they bow out of football in a premiership team. This is Thorpe on the outer side. Up towards centre half forward, all West Perth, and Stewart takes the mark. Over it goes to McGuinness. And South are just offering no resistance whatsoever. Into centre half forward. Magro misses it. Comes to Laurie Heel. Out wide to Sheridan. Sheridan to Hillier. He's 40 metres from goal. And it could be another one. It is. A goal to Hillier. And West Perth at 21-15, 141. South Fremantle 7-9-51.
Yes, well, they're all getting into the act, and Hillier's been a very good player, Stewie Hillier. He's been a good player for them. He was one of the players in the opening quarter that really set West Perth on their way. He was dominant on a wing, and he created numerous opportunities for West Perth. His ability to drive the ball deep into their forward line, and he was an extremely good player for them. Talk about Peter Stewart, what a marvellous player he's been for Australian rules football. A champion in Victoria. He played grand football when he came to West Australia, and he's reached the end of his road. But he's certainly been a credit to the game. He's been a fine, fair, brilliant player at times. He's been a wonderful asset to West Perth. And of course, the same could be said about the other players.
Edwards goes for the knock against Nell. Nell gives away the free kick. And Edwards to send South Fremantle into attack. South still haven't kicked a goal since the 16-minute mark of the third quarter, which has been an abysmal performance. There's a great mark to Jeff Taylor. Taylor out wide. He finds Logan. And Logan kicks it out wide to Winnan. Now Adrian Edwards has got the ball for South Fremantle. Kicks the long one up into the forward pocket, and O'Dwyer's there to cover it up. O'Dwyer, the short one towards Cranster. Him and Sheridan were completely unguarded. Sheridan kicks it out of the scoreboard wing towards Nell. Against him is Thorpe. Thorpe takes a clever mark. Thorpe to Eddie Bauskas. On to Treasure. Cooper. Back to Treasure. South have been fumbling a lot like that. This is Stewart. To Logan. West Perth very sure in their ball handling. Norm Nell kicks it up towards centre half forward. McKay and Adamson. Adamson takes a very good mark onto Hillier. He's got Barrett to beat. Back it comes to McGuinness. McGuinness from 55 metres, hooking it around. Michael is there on heel, and Michael takes the mark. Michael kicks it into the centre of the ground towards the centre to Dwyer. We're now nearly 2 minutes into time on, and mercifully the game will end soon, but West Perth have kicked a lot of goals, and it could be about 6 minutes of time on. This is McGuinness. McGuinness having the shot. It's a good kick. Michael is down there. Can't mark this one. William is Halley. He's been forced through. 21-16 West Perth. South Fremantle 7-9. It's a record winning margin in favour of West Perth. At the moment they lead by 89 points. The previous record winning margin was 78 points. 3 minutes to go. Michael kicks to the grandstand side. Nell and Edwards. Hillier. Watling knocks it onto heel. Hillier. Barry Day has a snap. It could be another goal. I think it is. Yes, it is. A sensational last quarter by Barry Day. West Perth at 22-16, 148. West Perth at 7-9-51. And Barry Day has now kicked 8 goals, and he has kicked 6 goals in the last quarter.
Yes, it's a solid performance, all right, by Barry Day. 6. He's kicked 7 apparently in the last quarter. It's been a marvellous performance, but who hasn't kicked goals on the West Perth side? I think they're just about all have kicked one. But Smith's kicked 4, Nell's kicked 4, Day's kicked 8, Alan Watling's kicked 8, Hillier 1, and Ron Wilson has kicked 1.
Well, Barry Day has kicked 8 goals, and the leading goal kicker for West Perth. Watling 4, Nell 4, and Smith 4, and for South Fremantle, Ray Bauskas 3. Who have been the best players, Fred? Just a list of them.
Well, for West Perth, Watling, Nell, Hillier, Smith, Graham, Jeff Taylor, Winnan. Gee, they've had a lot of good players on their side. For South Fremantle, Barrett, I felt, has been their best player. Cooper, Carson, Haddo and Laritz have all been fairly good players for them.
Sikatosto gets the free kick at centre half back, gives the ball to Treasure. He knocks it on towards Dwyer. Sheridan is there with him now. Edwards picks the ball up. And holding the ball is the decision against Edwards. A free kick to Nell. Up towards the full forward position it comes. Barrett couldn't mark that one. Barry Day can't pick it up this time. It's a boundary throw in. There's Michael winning the knock back towards Barrett. And Barrett gets a free kick for being held without possession. Barrett coming up the field, very close to siren time now. Nell goes up for the mark, comes down towards Hillier, but now Winnan gets the crumbs. Winnan puts it up to full forward. Adamson's there, sport by McKay. And another throw in. 22-16 to 7-9. West Perth with a gigantic lead. Sikatosto going in for the ball. Fong has got it out to Heel, and Heel steers it through for a point. 22-17 West Perth. South Fremantle 7-9. Repeating that there was a record crowd here today of 52,322. In fact, the gates were closed. No more people could fit into the crowd. Previous record had been 51,385. Ball up in the crowd. I think that one mightn't come back, Fred.
That might not, George. It's a strange thing, George. Hardly any of the crowd have disappeared. I know the gates were locked. Maybe they're still locked. But they're all in here, and there's no one leaving, and yet there's such a mammoth winning margin by West Perth.
The emergency ball being brought on by the umpire, boundary umpire, and play will be able to continue. This all will add time before the finish of the game, of course. Time on while this sort of thing happens, and the game only restarts from the moment that the ball touches the goalkeeper's boot in the kickoff. Up to the half-back flank. Hillier from behind Edwards takes a good mark. Play on, says the umpire.
What? Have to be a mark.
This is Treasure coming through the pack now. Socket away by Adrian Edwards. The whistle is gone, and it's kicking in danger, I think. There'll be a free kick to Nell. No, Nell doesn't want it. It's going to be a free kick to Hillier. No, it's going to be a bounce. Well, I don't know about that decision, but it doesn't matter. Edwards gets it over to Cooper. It's been a terrible performance by South Fremantle. Goes into Magro. No goals since halfway through the third quarter for South Fremantle. Logan battling for it. Goes to Ray Bauskas, but it comes through to Prunster. Prunster boots it down the wing. Edwards. Hillier missed it. Treasure knocks it away. Sheridan's in the box seat now. Very close to the siren. Goes over to Smith. Smith just forward to the centre. Quickly on now towards Watling. And Watling from 55 metres having the shot. It's a good kick. It's a goal. A terrific kick by Watling to round it right off for West Perth. They're 23-17 to South Fremantle 7-9.
Well, that's Alan Watling's 5 off his own boot. He's created for West Perth all around the ground, and he set any number of players up for goals, and he's certainly been a good player for them. He's been the runner, and he's got the ball moving, and he's used it intelligently. And of course, they're aware of this ability. The same could be said for Smith. And there was always, when a West Perth player had the ball, there was always someone to kick the ball to. There was always a player backing up.
Fong takes the ball away from the centre. Boots it up towards centre half forward, where the mark is taken by McKay for South Fremantle. McKay out wide to Haddo. Haddo boots it up towards the half forward line, but there's Stewart taking the mark for West Perth. And the siren sounding now as Thorpe tackles Stewart. It's all over the 1975 grand final. A record winning margin to West Perth, 23-17, 155. To South Fremantle, 7 goals, 9, 51. And in fact, that is a winning margin of 104 points in favour of West Perth.